podcast. I am Kyle, your tour guide through the weird, and I am joined once again by T.
Hello.
And Allison. And we've got volume up on our phones.
Not me.
As
I haven't turned mine down.
It's always T.
It is always
It's always T. And back with us this week is the one and only Mike, everybody. Mike's here with us. Glad to have you back, buddy.
Allison, why don't we get
I'm glad to be back.
round of applause or anything?
Because we never fucking leave.
You'll get a round of applause when you leave.
Ew.
I'm going to knock your beer over if I knew it wouldn't ruin equipment, asshole.
So welcome, everybody. Look at everybody a little
Chippy.
today, a little testy. Getting rough in the corners.
We're on full stomachs. That's
Drop
why.
the gloves. So we have
Thanks, Kurt.
Yeah. I think you get to take her. I got 5 on you.
I could take who?
T.
Oh, one tongue about tea.
She gonna fuck
me?
Michael up.
I did not expect that one.
I'm kidding.
I still got 5 on you.
I got 5. Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, thanks, man.
Well, maybe after we record a paranormal cage fighting,
There you go. Yeah.
then then my money was probably
On me as well?
It's
Yes,
just all
probably.
it's just all the blackmail videos that come out of this. So we appreciate everybody following along and checking in with us. Today we're doing, it's all ufology today. We got UFOs. I think I've got one email paranormal in here, but if you're not into UFOs, you're in the wrong spot this week. But we thank everybody for joining us. You're joining us live on Facebook. Remember, you can watch the shows after the fact if you missed them live over on YouTube. And if you're listening on the podcast, we sincerely appreciate it. If you've not already subscribed to the podcast, head over to your favorite podcast app, search for Arch City Paranormal, and we will be there. We are going to give away, real quick, an Arch Madness t-shirt today. I said we were going to last week.
And then forgot.
We just forgot.
And then forgot. And it wasn't even because of podcast beers. It just didn't. Anyway. But anyhow, of course, we always have your emails, and we've got T's news. T's, you have your headlines for us?
I can.
Okay.
Uno momento.
Awesome. So we'll let T do that.
I got it.
Oh, you got it right now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was going
that
to
was-
kill time. Be on it.
give her 30 minutes.
Oh my
Sweet.
god. I had it all pulled up and then opening story. So we'll let that one load.
It's always the theme music with T.
That should be your
We've got
news
it.
music. You just ever record
So
that.
just have her get on, make it.
Do you know what I just realized? I thought I had 3 stories because, I've had so many for so long. I don't. I only have 2. And neither one of them are loading. That's awesome. So one is about zombie brain cells. And
Zombie brain cells.
zombie brain cells.
All right.
And then the other one is about the face urn, which I don't think we've done yet. Have we done that one?
No, we haven't. We
Okay,
talked
good.
about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I have one news story. Do you hear the ball bouncing? Because I just dropped it.
Okay, awesome. So we've got news with T. We have a story with T.
We have
story.
new with T.
And then we have
No S. in it.
yeah, it's not plural. So we've got that for you. We will be giving away an Arch Madness t-shirt, which I promised last week and we did, and I completely forgot. And then I've got a new segment that we're going to do today.
Yes.
Would you rather?
Ooh,
Would you rather?
I like that.
Yeah, paranormal edition. And then something. So I always have little topics that we sort of go off on, and then then I always wonder should I do them before the emails? Should I wait till after? Because everybody loves the emails. So the news story I have, the conspiracy that I have, that I had talked about before on the podcast, but was confirmed this week. That it might be bigger than just some weird guy on a podcast somewhere thinking about it. Came out this week where it could possibly be true. Or, we could just do email. Pregnant pause.
Something that doesn't require internet would be best.
That's what it is. I'm having problems too.
Are we not streaming?
No, we are.
So we're live online right now,
Yeah.
but we have no Wi-Fi.
No, we don't.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Okay, so then we don't know if we're streaming right now.
Well, you should know, right?
I mean, you guys you're on your LTE. Are we streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay. That's weird. That's suspicious.
That is weird.
Or is it?
Okay. So I don't know how to proceed.
Should we
I don't know.
pause and reset the router?
I don't know.
Let me just try something else. Just make sure it's not.
It loaded that.
Okay. Well, you can't get to Google?
Google's down.
That's bizarre.
So Google's down?
There we go.
Okay.
We must be all right now.
That was weird, like a hiccup in the
That's
internet or
super
something.
weird. Sorry for everybody watching along there. That's strange. Because that's what I kept thinking. I'm like, because I know the stream itself is hardwired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're directly into the router. So that's why I was trying to, anyway, it doesn't matter. So anyhow,
All's fixed.
we're so professional. It's just awesome how professional we are. So we'll let's do email.
Email.
Just do damn emails. We'll knock one out, and then we're going to get into podcast beers provided this week by none other than local favorite Brewdog. Get ready for that. That'll be fantastic. So, email, everybody's favorite. Email, first one this week is from John, without an H. John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. He says, "Hey guys, I love the show. Was wondering if you've ever considered the theory that humans are a project by an alien race/species, specifically the Denisovians." Which, if you can Google this, I'll give it to you. This is a theory that humans mated with an alien species sometime in history, and we found it in the fossil record. Now, I do know a little bit about this because the Denisovians are not aliens, and that's why I wanted to cover it, because I was worried that maybe somebody out there thought that this was like an alien race. This is basically Neanderthals or Denisovians. So, and it was about 50,000 years ago, and they found this DNA mixed in with some Asian descent. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up, because I thought maybe, okay, well, if this guy's emailing about this, then maybe he thinks they're like alien as well. They are not alien. And that's why I wanted to cover it. We might spend some time on it. We might not. Depends on what you guys want to talk about. If you have questions about it or anything, but Allison's all over it right here. So basically, anyway, when they're going through the fossil record, they find this weird bone. They can't really identify it. They start working on DNA, and then they figure out, okay, wait, this is another species of human. And then they figure out, well, this is actually the Neanderthals. And they've now found it in some Asian descent folks. These were not aliens. But I thought, well, okay, if this guy's thinking it and it's our UFO show,
It's pretty.
maybe I'll throw it in here. But so there's a certain percentage of our DNA that still shows up as Neanderthal. Different people from different areas, stuff like that. And Allison's got it up here, and I can't read that far away. But you're gonna.
Which is funny because
There you
I
go.
could read it normal from
You
here.
can read it from back there.
Enhance.
Is that better?
Enhance.
Is that
I mean,
large
I
print?
can read it now. That's really, you could read it from back there when it was small like
Make
that.
it small again. I'll read it. I'll read any sentence you want to you.
I could see it through the wall.
Tell me where you want me to read.
Just pick. Just go for it.
That one.
There you
The
go.
first Denisovian individual was identified in 2010 based on, I don't know what that word is.
Mitochondrial.
Thank you. DNA extracted from a juvenile female finger boar from the Siberian, I have to go around your head, Denisovian cave. Nuclear DNA. Uh-oh.
Indicates.
No, I can't see it. Close, I can't read that one either.
Here.
With Neanderthals, but I could read the vast majority of it.
So way better than me. So, but anyhow, nutshell, it is interesting. But this is our UFO show, and I've got a little extra email today. So I wanted to cover that one because I thought, okay, well, John thinks these were aliens. They were not aliens. They're Neanderthals. So if anybody asks you that, little trivia question for you there. The Denisovians put us here, and they changed our DNA. No, they didn't. We changed theirs because we had some time we stopped by and, had an overnight with whoever it was. So anyway,
Francis said, Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown, which we all know because we love him, did an episode exploring early DNA, and it was pretty interesting. I'm sure it was. He does really good shows.
I like Josh Gates. That's when I grow up, that's who I want to be.
He also is our first winner of our Earth City Paranormal
Cage
Fight.
fight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The R's.
Yes.
Yeah, not the Arch Madness. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got me. I'm sorry. Not even drinking yet.
But can we go
Yes.
back to what his actual question was? Because that was very interesting.
Was wondering if you ever considered the theory that humans are a project by an alien race or species.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Expound. What do you think?
I don't know. That's a neat thought. I mean, it's kind of interesting to think about it that way. Are we like their little human Barbie dolls and Ken dolls?
So, go ahead.
Well, I thought that was the whole thing for them kind of showing themselves here.
Come check on their product, see how their little ant farm's doing.
Check on how
Our
stupid
ant farm.
how stupid we are, how we're devolving.
Like, oh, this is not working out. We gave them gunpowder. Now look.
Or maybe they don't know what we're doing, just like we don't know what ants are doing. We can take a guess.
So there's-
I think.
Yeah, I know. There is one theory out there that we've talked about before, and it's gained traction because Joe Rogan talked about it, and Joe Rogan believes that there's in the lineage of humans, as far back as you can go, there's obviously a missing link. Everybody's heard about the missing link, what connects us to the actual primate to today. Mm-hmm. And the belief is, there is a theory that we were picked up by aliens, taken to their planet, genetically altered along with them, and then brought back and dropped off. Like, oh, there you go. Now there's, Homo sapiens. There you go. Hey. And then we fly off in our flying saucer or whatever.
Softer.
Sulfur.
So that's out there. I'm not sure how much I would buy into that because the big thing is the whole brain size deal. Like, well, how did our brain go from being this little like Neanderthal brain to this big human brain? But it neatly coincides with the mastery of fire. So once you start frying up protein and you can feed this big dumb brain that we have, I'm not using mine to the fullest capability, but so there are some of us out there that do. That was able to grow larger. They will hold on to more knowledge. Blah 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 blah. So, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. I'm open to some. You got stuff up here we're looking at. Are they saying the reptilians engineered it? Did extraterrestrials genetically engineer humans on Gaia? And what's this? What's it talking about?
I haven't read very much of it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Former sports broadcaster turned researcher David Icke conducted extensive research on the role of extraterrestrials play in human engineering. Icke! Adam claims an extraterrestrial species known as the reptilians controls our world. I like him. Icke! Is that really how you say his name?
Yeah, David Icke.
well, there's that missing link
That's what your goldfish
that
did.
you were just talking about.
My name's David Icke. Lick my dick. I like that. You could do a lot with that.
It's a kid's show.
Sorry.
Family
boy
programming. March City.
Or this guy, Greg Braden, says he publicizes the fact that human DNA shows unmistakable signs of planning that evolution alone cannot explain.
Most alien abductees are Rh negative.
What does that mean to our medical staff? What is that? Rh negative.
It's a factor in your blood.
Okay.
Or like babies
Or
can be incompatible with their own mother, depending on what Rh status they have, like if they're negative or positive. We didn't cover a whole lot of that.
No, but like if the baby's the opposite of mom, the mom's body will reject the baby, so you got to do
Almost like a transfusion or get the medicine or an injection. I can't remember.
to almost kind of neutralize hers so that her body doesn't reject the baby.
Yeah.
So it would affect it just like an infection? Like it would,
Yes.
like white blood cells
I
would
think
attack?
it's pretty much incompatible with.
And the body says, yuck!
Fair. That's fair, I guess. So, but they give it like
It's a protein.
anti-rejection medicine or
Sorta.
okay.
Like she said, we didn't cover it a whole lot, but we can kind of skim for you the top.
That's cool. But then what is why are most abductees Rh negative then? Is there a theory somewhere that we can
let's
see? Like why? I mean, why?
Here we go.
It does make it interesting. It does make it interesting. You think if they break it down that far, like who's doing that research?
How do they know? Can they like smell it?
Well, I mean, if they're that advanced, I mean,
Yeah.
they could tell. I mean, some kind of scan or something. I don't know.
Maybe some trait that they have that.
So, like the Travis guy from what's the guy's name? Travis.
The fire in the sky.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Travis what? Damn it. But anyhow.
Quit asking me questions.
And,
so
well,
fast.
Allison's Googling like 9 different things we've thrown at her here now, so I'm not going to ask her for anything else. But the subject of the movie Fire in the Sky, that guy is going to be RH negative.
Oh, wait.
Is
Francis
the-
has commented. Sarah is RH negative, and I just told her your statistic. She was like, I hope I don't get abducted. And me being the perv I am, said, I'd like to probe you.
Travis Walton?
There you go. That's him. Yeah. So Travis Walton, by this, it should be RH negative. I thought she was going to come across with a abduction story.
That'd have been awesome.
Like, holy shit, here we go.
That would, yeah.
Live on the air. Okay, so that's cool. The untraceable blood. So anyway, but yeah, so Allison's reading up on that so she can tell us, because I can't read it being this close, and I'm not sure I'm that bright to grasp it all. Allison have to like break it down for me.
She made it big for you.
But she can caused by our environment. This is not good radio.
Clumping response. Led to the type to blood types. Da 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 da. Blood typing and heart to touch. 29 years later. Blood links here.
This is the stuff that gets edited out in case you want to listen to the podcast. All of a sudden, we sound like we know what we're talking about after we Googled it for 15 minutes.
Approximately 85% of the human population is Rh positive, where blood cells contain the D antigen, as it was called, a substance on the surface of the red blood cells that triggers antibodies.
So presumably the idea would be that they would be easier to experiment on because they would have a slower white blood cell response because of their Rh negative status. Am I following that correctly?
Kinda.
So when they did the anal probe, it would be easier, perhaps?
Perhaps.
When they microchip them?
So it does. It affects the mother's body affects the baby like it's a infection. So the
Gotcha.
white blood cells, like you said, go after it.
But why would that make them more? Why would that make them more attractive to a?
Well, Rh positive shares the trait similarity with other species, specifically apes. The Rh positive bloodline can be mapped through time and evolution. Rh negative can't.
Okay.
Theorists believe the Rh negative blood type points to alien ancestors and the merging of two distinct DNAs.
Okay. So that they would come back and pick them up because they are the test subjects. Basically, is where they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So those who are Rh negative are aliens.
Well, there you go. If you're watching right now and you're Rh negative,
Sarah, you're an alien.
weirdo. Okay, so there you go. So anyway, Denisovians aren't real. They're Neanderthals, John. And if you're a Rh negative, the aliens will be with you in just a moment. Hold, please.
Sarah, please let us know what your abduction's like.
Okay, let's do some podcast beers. You want me to open these?
Yeah. Go for it.
We have finally, Brewdog came through for us.
Well, Debbie.
We have a couple connections.
Someone at the Brewdog.
But these were provided.
Specifically.
Sarah
for
said she does not have an abduction story. Laugh out loud. But I have seen a UFO in Gulfport, Mississippi. Can't say it was alien because I don't have government clearance. And Keisler is right there, but who knows?
Well, I mean, if you didn't know what it was and it was flying,
It's an unidentified
then it
flying
was
object.
unidentified. And they're calling you. What are they calling them now? We talked about it. They're UAPs, unidentifiable aerial phenomena, or something like that.
Sarah said if she gets abducted,
UAPs.
she will totally share the story with us.
Text me.
Text. Shit, you're going to want a phone call for that one.
Yeah, it's got cell service.
UFOs, UAPs, and craps.
Crabs.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. That's what they're calling them now. And the effort, the whole thing was when they released those videos, the Tic Tac video, and all that stuff. It was them just trying to skirt the UFO thing. You know what I mean? Like, just we don't want to call them UFOs, even though that's what they really fucking are.
Yeah.
So now they're UAPs. Yay! Like, you know, like it's some I don't
Same
know.
shit, different day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like a cloud formation. They're like, oh, yes, unidentified aerial phenomena. We don't know what it is. Could be a dragon. This guy over here said it was a VW bug. So we don't know.
Sarah has a show suggestion for us.
Fire away.
Have you all looked into
We
this
clearly need help.
into this series Spirit Science? They cover something in regard to our ancient DNA and how it was influenced by aliens. It's a decent series.
That's interesting.
I would definitely like to look into that, especially with like studying anthropology.
She also said just because she can't say what it was doesn't mean it was a UFO. Just means that she's uneducated on the things she can't identify.
Oh, see, it would have been better if she would have said she wasn't allowed. It's not that I'm going to call it a UFO. It's just, I don't have the right types of clearance to be broadcasting this on the internets right now. What was it? I don't know. Could have been a dog. I don't know.
It was a hot air balloon.
It was
a weather balloon.
It was a weather
Weather
balloon.
balloon.
It's always a fucking weather balloon. Okay, Spirit Science. I'm going to look that up.
It's got a million subscribers. Can't be too bad.
A lot of times, but like I said, just from what I've learned in lectures I've been in and everything, it's kind of the two times I've had it brought up in lecture, it was the professor actually sort of giggling at the notion that, you know, aliens would take the time to come dick with us anyway. It wasn't that they haven't been here. It wasn't that they're not real. It was more of, you know, we're really just hairless apes and nobody gives a fuck about us. They drive by, like I said before, like they drive by and they lock their doors, you know, like lock them up. We're coming close to Earth's orbit.
How's
Careful.
the Elvis juice, y'all?
Elvis
It's a
juice
little
is,
more Elvis-y than I remember.
meaning grapefruit.
A little stronger.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So we have Brew Dog Elvis juice, which is a rare IPA that we like.
Little tart?
A little something.
I think your taste buds are changing.
Something.
I do too.
Come on.
Because it used to be you and I, when we would drink beer, we both hated it. Like, oh God, it's terrible.
We
Or
are
were-
the same person.
Or we were like, oh, that's
It's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now here lately, I think your taste buds are changing.
She's not liked any of them lately.
Because I'm drinking too much fucking tequila on a Friday. Michael.
It's not my. Hey, that was not me.
You haven't had enough tequila until you fall down.
I didn't do that, so.
That you remember, which means you had enough.
Did I fall down? I know I didn't fall down. I did not fall down.
You may not have fallen down. He only had to pick you up once.
I caught you before you hit the ground. So
Fuck off.
Does that technically
I wasn't that
count as
drunk.
fall?
It's always good to drink with a spotter. It really is.
Sarah would like to know, what is your opinion on the Sumerians' written history?
I'm not familiar with it.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how deep I could go into it. I'm not familiar with it.
Have you guys heard of it?
I have, but I haven't looked too much into it.
System of writing first developed by the ancient Sumerians of Mesopotamia. It's considered the most significant. Oh, that's the writing.
Oh, that's the physical writing itself, not what was written.
There we go. The writing system.
It's the same thing.
Can be traced back to about developed from pictographs and originally Sumerians made small tokens out of the clay that represent the items.
I've heard of Gilgamesh.
She said the Sumerian culture is the first to write down their history on slabs.
Okay.
Sounds very interesting.
Well, I thought there was more of the. I apologize. I thought there was like we were going to get into like the UFO stuff from there. Like they had documented, like, you know, the people. There's
Oh, she
Just
said
a-
it states they were created by aliens to be slave miners.
there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, I was hoping there was something else. That's cool because I had
That
heard
was
that.
sexy.
Because what I was getting ready to say is you have the people out there that look at, say, the Great Pyramids, and they believe that there is absolutely no way that humans could have come up with the engineering to build those at the time that they built them.
Well, they were half drunk when they were doing it.
Well, it's true. I mean, they did have a lot of beer in Egypt, but that there's a large group of people that's how they feel. Like that's, you know, that there's no way humans could have done it. There's actually even people that think there was a giant race that built those because we would have physically been unable to come up with the engineering to actually build them themselves. There's a group of people that believe there were giants that built them.
Was that like the Vikings?
I don't know if it was the Vikings. I don't know.
Vikings?
I don't know if it was the Vikings in
I know
specific.
there's a race of
where they like called them giants or whatever. Really, probably what it was is you had guys like Caesar, who were these great leaders or whatever, but they were only about 5'5", 5'6", and then they ended up fighting with like the I can't think of the name. Gauls. They ended up fighting with the Gauls, basically French dudes. They ended up fighting with the Gauls, but everybody from like Northern Europe up there was all like 6'1", 6'2". So like the story became, because Caesar kicked the shit out of them, went up there. King Getterix, I can't remember the dude's name. Anyway, there's a really great French leader, his Gaul leader, had this huge siege at this city. This guy supposedly could never be beat, but then Caesar sieged the town, ended up knocking him off, and so the thing about with Caesar was Caesar wrote his own story. So he made everything bigger than life, all these battles bigger than what they were, because he was basically writing his, political campaign for when he got back to Rome.
Makes sense.
Anyway, so that I think what you get into then there is that people are like, they were these giant, they were 9 foot tall, they were huge, this whole fucking thing. So
You say Caesar, I think of
There it
Nana's
is.
dog.
you got it. Good, dude. You didn't even know what. Nice work, man. A round of applause for Allison. There we go. Vercingetorix was the guy's name. It's spelled almost like what it sounds like. If you're a Google genius, you can look that up yourself. But anyway, yeah, he was a Gallic leader. Fought against Caesar, basically for France or whatever. Before it was France. Now there's a big statue of him there. It's a whole thing. It's history. It's boring. I don't think it's boring. I'm staying up till like 4 a.m. Anyway.
Sarah said the pyramids were created with the magnetic field of the ley lines.
Well, they were designed that way, but the thing is you have all those different groups of people. You have those people that think that we just physically couldn't do it. I don't think we give humans enough credit. Like, I think that,
Well, look at Machu Picchu.
they're right. I think they were just smart people
Yes.
that were able to figure that shit out, and they were able to do it, and they were able to come up with it. But you have a lot of people out there that just don't give people enough credit. Not to say I'm not necessarily one of them, because if you've been to Walmart in the last 2 weeks, you've seen the depth of our gene pool. But throughout history, there's been some very intelligent people to come up with some stuff like that. So, so I get it. I get it where you'd have like no faith in the human race. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, but what happened to them all?
The giants?
No, the Sumerians, the
Well, the Sumerians, eventually, they would be the predecessors to the Egyptians.
the Mayans.
To what we're talking about. The interesting thing about that, really, jump down that rabbit hole, is the similarities between ancient Egyptians and the South American people. When you look at the pyramids, the type of structures they had, the type of beliefs that they held, very similar, and having never interacted with each other except for not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of years before, they had made the trek across the Bering Strait and, inhabited North America and moved on south, et cetera, et cetera. So it would have been, to have never interacted whatsoever in what they would consider their modern times when the Mayan pyramids were built or when the Egyptian pyramids were constructed, to have never interacted whatsoever, but then to come up with those. But see, that's another thing where instead of it being parallel thinking or parallel thought intelligence of just, humans doing human shit, then you get the other people that are like, what, UFOs? They flew in and they built them over here and they practiced here. And it's like, come on, man.
Sarah's got a comment about your giants.
Yeah, go ahead.
There were skeletons found somewhere. Laugh out loud. I know not all the references, but
Yeah.
found, and they were way larger than others, and I believe they shared the same DNA or related DNA or whatever. So technically, there were giants, but not like magic bean type giants, and it's believed that they were destroyed.
Well, I do believe if you look at some of those, a lot of those were disproven.
Were they like 9 feet
I
tall?
could be, yeah. I could be wrong, but see, then it then goes back to we've talked. I mean, I don't even now. It's weird that we get into these tangents or whatever. But you talk about like Gigantopithecus, who was a legit primate that was like 8 or 9 foot tall. I mean, he was like the living Bigfoot, and it is part of our fossil record.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a enormous primate that occupied it. So, I think a lot of it though is myth, etc. I think the skeletons that they found were later disproven.
There was just an article about that.
Okay. I think it's just a lot of as far as that goes. I don't doubt that there's some stuff there that we don't know because the history is always told by the winners, despite of what you believe or what happens. It's always it's always somebody else able to write the story.
So it's always skewed.
It's always skewed. It's always skewed. So you don't ever have a clear picture of history, but so there's definitely pieces that we're missing. I don't think we give humans enough credit for being able to come up with that or being able to complete, something like that. I just don't think, but I mean, just for example, like if you would have went and told an ancient Mesopotamian person that we're going to sit in a room and we're going to talk to 1,000 people by recording what we say, and then we're going to beam it into fucking space up there by those star things, and then it's going to get beamed back down into somebody's little tablet that's got a light up screen on it where you're able to read everything that they wrote, and then we can listen to it, but you don't ever have to be there. You don't have to meet this person. They would have looked at you like, what are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's a big stretch, I think, for them to think about what we've done and then what they were able to do back then. Thoughts?
Sarah says you have to be abducted to know for sure, but no one else will believe you.
Oh yeah, definitely. No one's ever going to believe you. No one's like when Travis Walton came back, and he ended up in a phone booth naked, and had to call his I believe it was his brother that came and got him. Everybody just thought that somebody had killed him for the longest time.
How long was he gone for?
It was days.
Was it?
Yeah, it was days.
He's a lumberjack?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pacific Northwest, he was abducted. There's a movie. Really good movie.
Came out, what, in the 90s?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
I don't think I've seen it since.
Fire in the Sky.
Never seen it.
I don't think I have either.
Oh, I went and saw it in the theaters. I saw it 3 times in the theater.
That good?
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was weird back then, too. So.
Not much has changed,
It's hurtful.
but true.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
The
it's fine.
internet's helped him to be more weird.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. There's plenty of rabbit holes I've stumbled into between here and there. But yeah, Fire in the Sky. I highly recommend it. Go check it out. If you've not seen it, which I can't believe 2 people here haven't seen it. We'll have to watch it. It's really good.
Okay.
Really good flick. But yeah, he's a lumberjack. He's up in the woods. They see a fire in the sky. Sees this light in the sky. He goes walking out into a clearing with all his buddies. They're in the truck behind him. Beam of light comes down. Travis is gone. And all
His
his
friends vouched for him.
yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and they for the longest time, well, not the longest time, but initially the police department thought they killed him or that he died in some accident or something up there, and they left his ass till he shows back up naked in a phone booth calling his brother like, holy fuck, come get me.
How long of a period was it between abduction and return?
It was days. It was days. It may have even been longer. Does it say there anywhere?
Not
I
on
see
that.
I see you Googling.
It's on the Zon right now.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it. You'll love it. It's a great, like I said, it's a great movie regardless, whether you believe in this shit or not. It's
Who's in it?
it's a good movie.
Do you remember? Oh,
You
Robert
recognize,
Patrick.
yeah.
Travis Walton is in his own movie. James Garner's the only name I recognize.
DB Sweeney? You recognize
You don't recognize this guy?
Patrick.
Hang on.
He was in Terminator.
Yeah, that's the Terminator, man.
No, it's not. That's the bad guy, and I've never even seen a Terminator movie.
The bad guy in
Isn't
what movie?
that the
Terminator.
Yes.
didn't he play RoboCop?
Who, which one?
This Robert Patrick guy.
No.
No?
He might have been in it. He might have been
Maybe he
in
was in
RoboCop.
it.
He's the one that like changes from metal into like a cop in some video.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Terminator.
Right, but he's not Terminator.
He was a Terminator.
I thought Arnold was Terminator.
Well, he was. He was a version of the Terminator. This is an updated. He's an
You
updated
can tell I've never
version.
seen it.
movie talk with Kyle and Mike. Apparently, nobody else is paying attention.
I'm paying attention, just not seen it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he's an updated version.
Oh, Henry Thomas is
We
in
get
it.
off on some shit.
Do you know who Henry Thomas is?
Yes, that's E.T. right?
Well, not E.T., but yes.
Oh well, wait a second.
Oh,
if
wait.
Robert Patrick's not the
Whoa.
Terminator,
I don't remember what his name was on E.T. I mean, that was years
Elliot.
ago. Elliot.
yeah, it's Elliot. Okay, so anyway,
Glad we've got through one email.
Hey, E.T. is an extraterrestrial, hence alien, so we
Full
didn't-
circle.
Thank you.
Full circle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
way to bring us home, babe.
Welcome. Do what I can.
I have to drink all these Elvis juices to keep up with myself tonight.
Well, I gave you mine.
Okay, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to save this next one for last because I realized once I put it on there, now that I read it, it's not UFO related. But
It's okay.
But I want to talk about it. So yeah. So we'll get back to it. We're going to move on to Omar. I think Omar's written us before, by the way. So hi, Omar. Omar.
Omar.
Just butcher people's names. Hi, Omar.
There you
Good
go.
Lord. Hi, everyone. You have discussed before that our government may not want to reveal what we know about UFOs because we're trying to keep it secret from other countries. Do you think it will take a UN-like group to finally get to the bottom of what we all know about the visitors? How do you think we take that first step?
I love that he called them visitors.
Thoughts? Do you think do you think everybody would have to come together before we'd finally be like,
I don't
okay?
think they could.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
question.
hurdle. I don't think everybody's civilized enough.
able.
Yeah, to come together.
I'm kind of on that same.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on that same boat.
Yeah, I don't think because one country would want to have, they're not gonna. They don't want to share. what
Right.
They know.
Right.
They just don't.
Right, which is what we, like I said, if you've not heard us talk about it before, basically it was the consensus anyway in this room that the reason that the U.S. won't tell us about what they know about UFOs is because they basically just don't want the other countries to know what the fuck they know. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as they tell us, they're broadcasting it to the world. So
Okay, so 2 comments just came in.
good.
I'm going to do them in this order on purpose because when you get the second one, you'll understand why. Sarah said, if the government knows about aliens, then they will never tell the world the truth. And then the other comment came from Debbie Thumb. She said, sorry, just joined. Hope you all love the beer. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
People in masses are irrational, irresponsible, and idiotic.
Oh, God.
For Sarah.
Yeah, I mean,
Our most recent
Yes.
election shows you that just our little land area, no. So you're going to try to get all these other countries? No. We can't get our shit together.
we saw
here.
it put into practice at the beginning of the pandemic. We saw it put into practice because every single person, almost every single person within the sound of my voice went out, and what'd you do? You stocked up on toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Like somehow a wet rag wasn't going to wipe your ass in the middle of the apocalypse the way this toilet paper would. And there was a run on, and that, why? It makes no sense. It makes
Hell, we
absolute-
just found paper towels at Sam's Club for the first time in like almost a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense whatsoever. And you're 100% correct. People get together and then there's that like riot mind think shit where they're just like, and they all see everybody else going that direction. What do people do? We're geniuses. We're like cattle. Like, okay. Not much better than lemmings. You going off that cliff? Hang on, I'll come with you. Let's hold hands.
Well, in that same vein,
Don't
I
go
don't
alone.
think half of the world or country, however you want to look at it, they wouldn't believe anything that they were told anyways.
Right.
People aren't believing that this pandemic is real.
Right.
And it's not killed millions of people.
Right.
So why the fuck would they think aliens are real?
Right, but
based
they
on
would-
a video.
But they would believe that the most important thing to purchase when the world's
Toilet.
going to shit is something to clean up that shit with.
Yeah.
And it was your toilet paper. Not canned meat, not
Water.
Water.
No.
because a wet sock will never wipe my ass quite as well as the Charmin that I have to fucking have and shove, 3 other Karens out of the way. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But it's just the best example I could come up with. However, she is 100% correct. When people come together, we are dumber in groups than we could ever be on our own. Mm-hmm. Ever. Because people you start buying into that shit and they're like, oh yeah, Mike said so. Mike said so. Yeah, let's go. We're right on top of the train. It sounds like a fantastic idea. Here, hold my foot. It makes no sense. But that's just the way people are. We're fucking idiots.
Well, there's a reason why my friend circle keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, because you keep getting smarter. That's why.
Well, I don't know about that,
It starts closing down. That's why. Because when we're in large groups together, we're big, dumb fucking apes.
Yeah, because when my thoughts and beliefs don't align with others, I'm good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and the willingness to be ignorant, to not go out and seek any type of answer.
Or just not to have human, decency for other people is the part that kills me the most.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your mask. I ain't wearing it. Suck a dick.
Yeah.
You can't wear something.
Well, I can't do that and wear a mask, Allison.
Oh, my bad.
I have to take my mask off.
Cut a hole in it. I hear that helps.
Have you seen those? Have you seen the bar masks that have a hole in them? Karen, stop it.
Oh my God. The funeral we went to yesterday. There were so many dicks hanging out. I even looked at him at one point. I was like, there are so many dicks out.
When she says dick, she means noses. Noses.
I was going to say, please explain what you mean.
Having your mask below your
I can
nose.
hear the Arch City email blowing up. There are penises out up, yo!
Having your mask below your nose is the same as
I knew this was a weird podcast, but what's going on over there?
Sounds like my kind of funeral.
is the same as
You're old still.
Is the same as pulling your underwear up and letting your dick hang out. Makes no fucking sense. They all had their dicks
On
out.
your way to buy toilet
Fucking
paper.
annoy me. So Sarah said, if it's for mass protection, they sure are taking their time and putting any of it to practice. If it's for protection from aliens, then it is for saving the planet or just the human race, and 7 billion plus people do not need to be around. Oh, it just moved on me. Hold on. Do not need to be around the race to survive. So that knowledge and plan will never be informed to the public. The pandemic proves it. It's herd mentality.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and Debbie said Autumn says hi and thinks this is the best thing seeing her uncle live.
There you go.
Hi, Autumn.
Okay, how do I want to say this before I get another fucking email?
I think you might.
We need we need as an animal species, we need some type of mass extinction. Because we are the virus. We are. Humans are.
Oh my God, I can hear the keyboards clicking.
We are. It is us. Everything human beings touch, we legit turn to shit.
And we fuck it up.
We fuck it all the way up. Mm-hmm. Now, that's one thing we excel at. We don't half-ass it. We're not going to halfway fuck it up. You want it fucked up right, you call a human. Now, that might be why we're getting abducted. Maybe the aliens we're like fucking little fucking like disease bombs. They take us someplace like, oh, they got oxygen down there? Get a human. They'll fuck it up in a minute. Go get them. Bring a boy, bring a girl. They'll mate. It'll be fantastic. Next thing you know, gone. Enemy done with.
How would you...
We're like the termites of the world.
Yeah. Yes. Precisely. Of the universe.
We're the universe.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've stumbled across
What
something
method
or
of...
two.
What route would you take?
You just fucking let us go. Oh, you mean specifically?
Yeah, okay, how's it going to be planned? I want to plan this out a little bit.
So you're thinking more like Purge Day, like the movie, The Purge?
No. I'm saying that if there is an alien race out there and they need to like dominate a planet and it happens to have an oxygen level where we can survive, you take a male and a female, you drop us off there, and you just come back in 10,000 years.
I think, what were you asking
You're
about?
talking about the mass extinction.
Because it's
Yes,
fucked all the way up.
No, we're talking about the mass extinction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What?
I was still
I
off
see that. But like the mass
universal
extinction
domination.
thing. How would, if you were the one in control of that, what would your course of action be to make that happen?
This was it. And in fact, it dovetails nicely into the topic I was talking about earlier.
You're welcome. But would you be like,
Segues
you
so
have
nicely.
green eyes and you have 6 toes, you're out. Are you going for a certain...
Oh, no. It's just, no one particular.
Okay.
It's not like a...
It's just going to affect a percentage.
It just needs, we just need to kill off probably 50%.
Oh my God.
to make it sustainable. And then we could all just live the way we want to live. But about 50% of humans on the planet need to go to continue on the way we do. And then, we probably have another, I don't know, another 150,000 years, 200,000 years.
Because at the rate we're going now, I don't know how long it's gonna.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just absolutely, completely, and totally gone to shit. And without it, and it's not any one country, it's not any one race, it's nothing it's humans. It's our species. We are the disease.
It has more than doubled.
Yes.
Wait till all the 2020
60
conspiracies
People
are
don't
born.
look, man. People don't know how to use a mask to protect themselves from airborne particulates. Okay, they're just dumb, colossally fucking stupid. And you know what they're doing?
Procreating.
They're fucking breeding. Yeah. So that gene pool that was already pretty fucking shallow, even more so. It's going to start looking like the royal family. Shallow.
The world population is projected to reach 9.9 billion by 2050.
Yeah.
Let's see, I'll be almost 70, so...
I'll be gone.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Nah.
Done. Over.
You'll
See ya.
Unfortunately, you will also be here.
Sarah said maybe studying the RH is the study of how the alien DNA evolves while exposed to human DNA and an environmental heavily influenced by humans as well.
Mm-hmm. It could be. See how well they survive here? I mean, it's completely plausible.
Oh, she also said, if we're going to save the planet, mass extinction needs to play into the plan at the same time that greed needs to be irradiated. Jesus.
Eradicated.
There's no C. Yes. Since only a percentage of people want to work towards a healthier planet.
I mean, that's fair. And we're caught up in the planet as a whole is caught up in like this capitalist mentality where you're not producing something, you're not worthy of anything. And then there's just the rich, the whole divide gets larger. And I'm not going to get off on a whole communist Marxist tangent or whatever. That's going to
get more emails.
Whole or fucking email. Yeah. You think the evolution was bad. We'll have every Trump on the planet. Burn your guns. Flag. Brr.
Dick out.
Buck fighting. So yeah, but yes, 100% correct. The planet cannot sustain the human race.
I'm glad to know I'm doing my part.
Yeah. But and that's sort of what it is. It's like you have a large group of humans that are procreating at a rate that just absolutely cannot be sustained. And it's not about, like I said, again, don't send me the fucking email. It's not about race or your nationality or anything else. 50% of us need to fucking go for the planet to sustain itself. Pick how you want to do that. I do believe that this pandemic was a shot across the bow of how you get there.
Yeah.
Because nature will right itself. Nature will always find a way. Somehow, some way, it will right itself. And this is probably the way it's going to do it. We're going to have whatever it would be. It's going to be, I don't know, COVID-25 that we discover in a few years. And it's going to be massively underestimated despite what we just learned.
2.77.
It's going to be massively underestimated despite what we've learned. And then we're going to be, that's going to work. It's going to, oh shit, there you go.
Sarah said, oh my God, I said the same thing months ago.
It's true. It's 100% true. You're 100% right. It is this was a test run.
So 2.77 million deaths, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Worldwide.
From COVID.
Which is about what? What is like 2%, 1%,
About 3.
3%? Which is about right. Sorry for the pause there. Which is about right if you look at all the numbers, because they said that, the death rate was, what was it here? 2.2% or some shit like that.
Oh, in the U.S.?
Yeah, you would figure world, even as dumb as we are, much like nature, statistics will bear themselves out.
Sarah said not even a pinprick of the population.
548,000.
Okay.
So 1.5%. Oh, no, it's vaccinated. 3 point, is that 8?
Wait, what? Hold on a minute. Give me those numbers again.
The number of percentage vaccinated as well.
Okay. So 2.77 million people worldwide
Dead.
died from COVID.
Correct.
548,000 of those are here?
Yes.
Yeah, we had a bunch. You didn't know that?
That's like a fucking quarter.
Yeah.
Holy, we're fucking dumber than I thought.
We're number one. Because there's
Hooray, number one.
Keep winning.
yeah.
Still winning.
Brazil,
Winning. Winner.
Brazil second, India, France, Russia. Top 5.
Get the fuck out of here. I had no idea. I mean, I knew we were stupid.
We have twice as many cases as second place, Brazil. They had 12.4 million. We had 30.2 million.
And that was as of 50 minutes ago.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew we were dumb. I mean, I really did. I knew we were bottom rung.
Well, hell, we've added 75,000, it looks like, today. Cases.
So that's... I can't fucking believe it.
But we're getting better. You know, that curve. It's getting better.
Actually, did you see the news this morning?
I did.
It's not.
Not in Ohio.
Not in Germany either. I just talked to my cousin yesterday. He said the numbers are back up.
Yeah, they doubled today. Or yesterday. Whatever day it was. In Ohio, anyways.
This is it.
Sarah said yes because the U.S. didn't take it seriously at all and still doesn't.
Quick, run out. Get your toilet paper. It's time. I wish I had the purge sound I could play right now. Maybe I'll do it on the podcast. I'll edit it in. It's time. Get your toilet paper.
I need to watch that. See if it's any good.
It's a good movie.
Oh, you've seen it?
It's a good flick. But yeah, so we need to lose 50% of the population. So while we're on this, we'll get back to email.
Wow, we're even Franklin County's #1 in the state of Ohio. We're kicking ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're winning.
We're winning.
We just keep on winning. So
Got to be number one, right?
a few months ago, when we were talking about this on the show, I made a comment. I said, I kind of felt like...
Debbie said, Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Go
Load
now
up.
before they
I was
run out.
I was actually just there. They are loaded up on toilet paper. So if you go now, if you get in now, get in, buy low, just like GameStop. Get in, buy now. Get your toilet paper, get it in the car, get back home, lock yourself in. And always remember, a wet sock. Anyway, so I said a couple months ago, I made a comment, and T and I talked about it a little bit, and we did talk about it on the podcast, but T and I talked more about it like it was kind of like, wow, it might be a fucking thing. I said there were reports about how quickly the coronavirus was able to jump from one species to another, i.e., they said that a guy in a wet market ate a bat and that he contracted coronavirus, and then that's how it then spread into the human population.
I heard that it was bat blood that leaked into fish, and then he ate the fish,
There you
and
go.
that's how he contracted.
Okay. So my point was what limited fucking knowledge I have about DNA, which I've already got off on a DNA rant on here once. But my point was at the time, the difference between flying rodent, bat, DNA, and ours, and us being able to contract that virus is so far apart that there was something fishy there.
Aha!
That was a good job. You did well right there. You helped me out a lot. Fed me that softball. You were like, here you go, Kyle. Swing on this.
Nice underhand toss.
And a good point. And perhaps, Allison, with your veterinary background, you can help me out.
God.
Super easy question.
Okay.
At a veterinary clinic, if you have, let's say, for example, you normally have examining rooms. You have one for felines, one for dogs, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
If a dog comes in sick and you know it's communicable, are you going to put that dog in the feline room or are you going to put it in the dog room? Just to be safe. Where are you going to put that dog to make sure it's isolated?
Honestly, in its own separate isolation
All
room.
right. Damn it.
At the last clinic I worked at, we had a special isolation room.
Well, we should have worked on this before.
Yeah. But
My point being, where I learned this going to a small veterinarian clinic. So maybe we weren't as bougie as yours, but
We
if there
went
was
to her clinic.
a different one.
Oh.
Anyway, you would take the dog that was possibly infected, you would put them in the feline room, because there was less of a chance whatever the dog had could be spread to a cat than other dogs. So you wouldn't put them in with the dogs. You would actually take them to the feline examination room.
I could see that.
Because of the species difference, more than likely, whatever the dog was sick with would not pass on to a cat. There are, of course, options, but it's more unlikely than it would be if you stuck them in there where the dog's going to go. The next dog comes in, the dog gets sick, the whole fucking thing. You got a whole fucking thing. So my point was, for it to go for coronavirus to move from basically a flying rodent, a bat, to a human that quickly, there had to be something that helped it along. That story didn't work out. Like it wasn't legit. There was something, like
Something wasn't driving.
Yeah, it was like that's not a thing. Like that's why your dog doesn't necessarily get you sick when it gets, some type of disease, because you can be around a dog because your DNA is not similar enough to be subject.
Unless it's zoonotic.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's what I mean. The rarity for something like
Correct.
that to happen would be so small that it virtually impossible.
Yeah, but my understanding is that it takes thousands of years in order for it to actually be able to do such.
Correct. That's precisely where I'm going. That is precisely where I'm going. It would take so much of the evolution of that virus, just like it's already like the virus has already switched into different variants now, where it's becoming more communicable, like Germany, like it's starting to do here. It evolves. I mean, they're living things. They evolve. They replicate. They evolve. They are able to bigger, better, badder, move on. The opportunity for it to jump from a bat to a human is very slim, very small. So what I thought is this is somehow genetically engineered.
Or like in a lab kind of thing?
And somehow someone was exposed. They went home from work. They got somebody else sick, and then it happened. Just this week, the former CDC director came out and said that there is a chance that the coronavirus escaped from a lab in Wuhan.
He thinks it came from a lab in Wuhan.
Mm-hmm.
What about Colorado?
What about Colorado?
I don't know anything about Colorado.
There was a lab in Colorado that kind of shut down overnight, and it was said to
Have had it.
yeah,
Or could
basically-
possibly have had it.
Well, they were engineering it, and something happened, but it shut down just overnight.
Because of possible release of So that was the conspiracy theory that I was talking about earlier before emails that I wanted to talk about.
But there was a news article that Rachel had actually sent me, and it was, I think it's a few years old, but there was a doctor who got caught in the Detroit airport. He had vials, SARS, all kinds of different shit.
Which COVID is a version of SARS.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, he had all kinds of different vials of shit, but I think it was, was that it? No, it's a few years old.
So this was oh, never mind.
2018?
There you go. Okay, yeah, in late
thought it was
2018.
Okay, I thought it was later than that.
They were improperly labeled, and it turned out, did somebody test these?
I think they were tested. Yeah.
So in 2018, this guy's going through TSA. He basically has these vials that were improperly labeled. It turns out they were all types of different infectious diseases. And we're sort of just reading along right here. Of course, if you're listening along right now, there'll be a link to this in the podcast notes.
Somebody was arrested 2019 in Boston with 21 vials of biological research going to China. Kind of makes you wonder about those the vials that were on the train. We talked about it. I think Rachel was here.
Oh, the hamster or gerbil.
Was it hamster stuff?
Yeah, they had the
it's
DNA.
either
Yes.
Those
hamster-
were for pedigreed hamsters.
My bad. Like, was it legit really for fucking hamsters?
Yeah,
Is
but
that what
it
you
could
label
be.
it when you want to smuggle, deadly virus in a country or something?
Oh, it's called hamster?
Hamster.
So, couple comments. Debbie said first, crazy to think this would come from an animal/rodent. Blows her mind. Is that even correct? Then Sarah Lewis said, is this the beginning of 13 Monkeys? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. And then Debbie said, which I think is amazing, is that Rocky? No, I'm sorry. He's actually big and chocolatey brown.
Unfortunately, yeah.
This
That's
is
Boone.
Boone. This is Boone.
You might be able to see him,
He's
actually.
the,
Can you see him?
He might blend into the floor.
Yeah, he
That's
blends,
true.
in, he
That's
blends into the
true.
floor with the dark camera we got going. Yeah. But yeah, that's Boone. He's our executive producer. Sometimes he'll check in on us, make sure we're doing our jobs. Obviously, he's not been happy with the show because he was knocking at the door and he had to let him in.
I'm glad you did, Boone, because it was getting warm in
So
here.
he's back
Thank you,
to
Boone.
to check on us and make sure that we're doing our jobs here.
That
I don't think
mama
he's satisfied.
boy.
I don't think he's satisfied with what we're doing. So
Jack
but
thinks we're boring. He's been asleep since we started.
So, but yeah, so I had mentioned that offhand, and then the other day I'm watching the news, and it's one of those things where it's like, you know, kind of like, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. These folks watch, they listen, they know half the, probably 50, 40% of the time I'm talking shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just sort of, you know, yeah, it's a hamster. It grew up, it walked out, it went to college, got a degree. I just say shit. There's stuff that comes out, you know, I just say it. But then there's other times where I say stuff that's kind of like, yeah, it might be a thing. And then you know, like months later to be like, you know, somebody on
thing.
the news and you're like, oh,
That is literally what he did. I think it was last night
Yeah.
when it came out. He's like, I told you.
I fucking knew it.
Well, that's
So-
been a thought all along, that it's come from a lab.
Yeah,
and-
but they've been very careful,
Yes.
you know, about saying, oh, it's impossible. It's not what happened, you know. And I mean, really, in the whole scheme of things, probably what they're doing is they're trying their best to protect the Chinese government. Being that, you know, within a few years here, they're going to be the world's largest superpower.
Yeah.
They're going to be in charge. So, I mean, really, probably, you know, our United States overlords that run our life are probably just protecting us. You know, I'll be the first one loaded up on a train and sent somewhere since, you know, I'm coming out with it here. But, you know, they have concentration camps in China now. Have you
I'll
seen
miss
this?
you.
No, are you?
I'm dead fucking serious. And no one's fucking talking about it.
Do they really?
I'm dead fucking serious. There's concentration camps in China right now. They're
what?
You say, or they're
persecuting.
gonna take your ass.
They're persecuting. What's the? I can't remember the name of the group. But they're legit. It's like,
the labor prison.
yes, they're persecuting a certain group in China. They're loading them up on trains, just almost exactly like they did with the Holocaust in Germany, and well, I mean in Europe they were a couple of different places, but the same. It doesn't matter anyway. But they're loading them up on a train. It's legit. It's shit they're not talking about, and the media doesn't want to talk about it. It's another one of those things where I tell people the media are trying to divide us, or whatever. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is another one of those things where you can underline it and see it's for fucking real. They don't talk about it because there's so much goddamn money coming out of China, and they
Yeah.
can dictate where they spend it. So it's not about their oppression the way they do it inside China, where they just wall people off. Here they just buy silence. They just pay off Fox News not to fucking talk about it. They just pay off MSNBC not to fucking talk about it. But there are concentration camps alive and well in the world right now that we will do nothing about because China's got the bomb, and we all see the writing on the wall that they are going to be the next world superpower within, I think I read it was like 20 years. Within 20 years, they will be the lone superpower on the planet.
I could see it less than that.
It could very well.
Honestly.
It could very well be. But I'm talking about an article I read not too long ago, and it's just a fact. Like you look at the numbers, like we said earlier, nature finds a way, statistics find a way. Statistically data driven, factual science within the next 15, let's say 15 to 20 years,
I was gonna say 10.
they're going to be the dominant world superpower, and the media knows it, and they don't want to fucking question them on it.
No, because
They got
save their ass.
They got fucking bills to pay.
Sarah said it's all about the money.
It is all about the money. It's absolutely 100% about the money, and they fucking have it.
Follow the
They
money.
have it.
Follow the money.
Anytime anybody tells you a conspiracy theory, if nobody's making money, it's bullshit. It's just some guy on a podcast talking to you.
How much do we owe? How much do we owe China?
A lot. Too much. At this point, it doesn't even matter. In fact, I saw someone compare it to being out all night drinking. You know, like once it's like 4 a.m. and it's already gone, and you got to be at work at 7 a.m. You're just at that point where you're like, "Fuck it, I'm just staying up. Fuck it, keep writing the checks. Who cares?" Doesn't matter. You know, I mean, you're never fucking paying that off. Like, I mean, if they come up right now, we won't get too far into politics, but right now, if they fucking took the interest rate and they put it to just like 2% or some shit like that on the money that we owed, it would be like like quadruple the fucking GDP. Right now, the debt is higher than the GDP. Like we couldn't, if we just said, fuck everybody, we're going to write this check, we're going to pay it off. We couldn't do it in a year.
Yeah, we still couldn't do it.
We still couldn't do it. If you took every fucking dime, we just said, fuck everything. Everybody for a year is going to live in shit with your fucking Walmart fucking toilet paper. Call your brother-in-law for wet socks. It's over. We're not helping else. We're not paying another single fucking bill. We're paying off the national debt, period. Right now, we still could not fucking do it.
Yeah.
Debbie said, "Show me the money."
Oh, fucking preach. But anyway, we're not getting into politics because I already know what those fucking emails turn out looking like. Anyway.
Can I tell you, I love it every time Boone walks in here because he stands in the doorway, and when you see the video, all you see is dark. You can't tell what it is.
It's our own black mass. Our own shadow figure right here. The Art City Studios. Okay, so anyway, got off on our political rant there. Does anybody have any denigrating things to say about China so I don't go to the concentration camp by myself?
Nope.
I'll volunteer to go with you.
I've never been to China.
I don't think that's how you want to go.
No,
Probably not a whole lot to see from the
but
inside of a train car.
There's over 1 million men and women in the re-education camps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, re-education camps. Mm-hmm. That's
just another way of saying.
Yeah, if it was fucking happening anywhere, it was fucking happening anywhere besides Africa because no one in the United States give a fuck about Africa for some fucking reason. The shit that goes on there, we don't fucking follow up on either. But because of the money, I guess the difference is they're basically everybody in the U.S. government's like, fuck Africa, we don't care. And the flip side of that is, oh, fuck, China's got too much money. We can't fuck with them. So we're going to pretend like we don't fucking care and let it go. But I mean, if it was literally happening anywhere else, it would be World War III. Or at the very least, drone strikes to the point where we just killed every fucking buddy locked up, plus the people locking them up, plus the people thinking about locking them up, plus the guy that said, hey, maybe we should lock them up, and the train conductor that was along the tracks on the way fixing his bicycle seat. Everybody dies. And then we all go, America! And an eagle flies over. And somebody in the back.
And we all crack a Budweiser.
Waving a dump flag. We all crack a Budweiser. Or are these the satellite images of the... Yeah.
2007 on the left and 2019 on the right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why would it get bigger?
Well, the population that they're going after, I don't know how to say it. The
Probably swimming
Uyghurs? Uighurs?
Uyghurs.
Says there's about 11 million of them living in northwestern China.
China.
And they've got over 1 million of them in this concentration camp, China. That's sad.
Maybe they had to put in swimming pools.
So I had no idea that was going on.
That's why they expanded.
You wouldn't know.
It's a workout facility.
Yeah, you really wouldn't know. If you're going about your everyday life, you're just trying to do your fucking thing, go to work every day, fucking handle your shit, you wouldn't know because the media won't fucking tell you. I have the fucking time to go fucking dig up bullshit like this. And you stumble across it. If you Google it, you can find it. Mm-hmm. But you would never sit down on your 6:30 news. You know, you weren't paying attention during the sports broadcast of your 6 o'clock local news, and you stumble into the national news because nobody watches that shit anymore except our grandfathers. You stumble into that shit, and then they go, you know, they would never say anything about the Chinese concentration camps. Not in a million years. Not in a million fucking years.
You wouldn't know to Google it either.
No.
Like what?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the shit that the media pulls to either divide us or just keep us just shh. Hush, little baby. Hush, drink your beer. Shh. Okay. So anyway, we got into that, didn't
Can we go to our next email?
Yes, please.
Good Lord.
Hey, all right.
Sarah said even CNN is bullshit. Talk about gossip.
Yeah. The media's moneymaker is to keep us divided and at each other's throats. They want to exploit the differences between us rather than to serve you news the way that they did 30 years ago.
But on to aliens and UFOs.
Because that's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Fine. Katie writes in. Hi, Katie. Also, you know us on the
Katie.
screen now. You can email the show if you want to. artcityparanormal@gmail.com, or if you're in your chat, feel free to chime in, and T will let us know.
Yes.
Katie writes in and says, everyone has paid attention to UFOs. Everyone that has paid attention to UFOs at all knows about Bob Lazar. If there are average citizens working or reverse engineering alien tech, what's to stop them from taking it and doing their own thing, like building their own flying object separate from whatever government program they work for? Love the show. Thank you. Thank you, Katie.
Their family. That's what's stopping them. You don't think the federal government hasn't threatened you, sir, Bob, if you show anybody that you know how to do this reverse blah, 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 we'll kill your wife and children? Your parents?
Everybody you know.
Yep.
Do you think they come right out? I know with Bob Lazar, there's been weird shit that's happened to him since he did start talking about it. You know, he had a business that was like run into the ground. He's had like different agents like randomly show up at his home or at his parents' home, I guess it was at one time. But he talked about that in a few different interviews about, you know, the pressure that was on him to do that. But do you think they came straight out and they said it? Like, you know, we're gonna put a bullet in your sister's head. I don't have no idea.
Well, maybe they did it in a PC kind of way.
And an NDA disclosure. It's in there.
What, that they'll murder your family? I doubt it's in writing. They've got it.
Nobody's ever going to get a hold of it except for them.
Well, if they got to show the NDA in court,
Good point.
I doubt that they would put that in writing. Like,
No.
you know, what if you violate this NDA? We're going to cut your kid's hands off. How's that sound? Can he write with his feet?
Then they had to have come straight out and said it. Or they're using Bob Lazar as their example.
To make sure that no one else does.
Yes.
Yeah. Like to use that as like the front guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's still alive, then what kind of message are you sending?
Well, I mean, it could be.
Is it just the message of messing with him ever since he's come out?
They have.
Sorry, I'm on the struggle bus.
She's trying to...
They have fucked with him, I mean, you know, on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
You know, since he's come forward.
But he's still alive.
He is definitely still alive. But, I mean, they've tried to ruin his life. That's for sure. And then initially, at first, I do believe they tried to say that he never even worked there. And there was some way he had some type of documents or something like that showing, you know, hey, I get on this plane every day and I fly out there, or I flew out there.
No
like
shit.
this was legit. I forget what the reporter's name was, but it was basically just like your run of the mill.
Oh, yeah. He was like with them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
But it was just it wasn't like some national news reporter. It was just like some LA Times like interest reporter guy that, you know, sort of went out one day and he asked Bob, you know, he's like, so, you know, fucking aliens real? Bob's like, yeah. And he's like, what? Hold on a minute.
Yeah, and he started like talking to him and telling him all kinds of shit.
I started telling him the whole story.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it all played out. So, but I think that's a good point, though. I think a lot of that is some intimidation involved. I also think that they're probably paid really fucking well. And where else are they going to go where they get to work with alien technology?
Yeah.
And, you know, make a really good fucking living, you know? I mean, that's probably part of it as well. I'm sure that the violence threat factor is there, or the, you know, we'll ruin your life, you know, umbrella o doom is like over their head or whatever. But I think there's probably a lot of that as well as, you know, it's just like, it's a really fucking good gig. Is this it? Did you find it? Oh no, that's not him.
Well, they're talking about how it was 30 years ago. He was going by the name of Dennis.
Yeah, that's the original interview they did in the car. Yeah.
But I was hoping they'd throw the guy's name up.
Oh, I got you.
The-
I got you.
I think it is that George Knapp. It was the young one.
I think you're right.
Oh, on that first
George
yeah,
Knapp.
that one.
Yeah.
To the left, the young guy. That's him. Because it was a
No.
younger...
That's him. There you go.
For the first one. That wasn't the one that did the one you and I watched.
No, that's the Jeremy guy. The fucking tool.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Was this
No.
most recent
The
one?
George Knapp. No, the George Knapp, the guy that originally fucking talked to Bob Lazar
okay.
back in the 80s.
Misunderstood.
Yeah, that Jeremy guy. Have you listened to those the Joe Rogan podcast with him on there?
No.
This Jeremy, I forget his last name, but he's a documentarian.
He's a tool.
I mean, man. And you can tell he comes on with Admiral Favor, the guy that saw the Tic Tac, that witnessed the Tic Tac video from the U.S. Navy.
Okay.
He's actually working with him, and I think it was part of the agreement to do that interview that the Jeremy guy had to come on with him because he was doing the documentary. Dude, it's fucking bad. He
takes
bad.
over.
Yeah, he's bad.
He thinks he is Bob Lazar because he's got all the info and blah, 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 blah. He even did one with, I thought it was with Bob Lazar, and he overran him too.
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It became the Jeremy Show. All of a sudden, you're like, I didn't tune in
He's
for
the
you.
same guy that does the Skinwalker stuff. Even
Yeah, I
with
didn't
our,
like that
even
one
with
either.
our, you know, anybody that's watching this has probably already seen some of his videos anyway. So it's not like we're giving him much publicity. But I hate even talking about him because he's just, I mean, man, like just dominating. You know, like Bob Lazar's trying to tell you about the first time he ever saw one of these vehicles and how it looks like it's, you know, biogenetically engineered and. You know, and then he's just like, my videos on YouTube here, and you can go to HBO, and if you get to shut up!
Jeez.
And even Joe Rogan, you know, because Joe Rogan wants Lazar on so bad, even Rogan's like, you know, just dude, like,
Shut up.
fucking calm down, like just stop for a minute. Anyway, so yeah, I think so. I think T has a really good point, and I think it's the threat of ruining their life, but then also the flip side of that is I kind of feel like they just make a lot of money for doing what they do, and where the fuck else are they going to go do it? Like, I mean, if you love designing basketball shoes, then you're working at Nike, and you make a bunch of money doing it. Well, you're working at the best company. You know, what the fuck are you going to get? You're going to work for New Balance? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Start your own company.
well, yeah, but I mean, but how are you going to fucking start your own company researching alien tech? You can't get your hands on it.
I mean, you can. I mean, you're not going to be able to take
We're not
anything
eating
out
before
of
the podcast anymore.
What?
We're not eating before the podcast ever
Oh, I
again.
thought we were doing all right.
You and T
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the yawns back and forth.
Sorry.
We're not
I was-
eating before the podcast.
I was yawning too.
Ever again.
Shit.
It's never happening ever again. New rule.
It seems like every time we do a podcast with Michael, we have these huge fucking filling heavy dinners.
Well, we're not anymore.
It's just
Ever
salads
again.
and water from here on out.
Yes.
It's gotta be.
It's salads, water, and caffeine
It's
before
your fault.
podcasts.
It's your fault.
I'm drinking caffeine.
You smoked the pork butt, not us.
Hey, but it was
It
good.
was not a pork butt.
It wasn't a spoon,
Whatever.
and-
You smoked your meat and we ate it.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so Katie, anyway, we appreciate you writing in. If you want to email the show, you can, rcparanormal@gmail.com. Hopefully we helped answer your question. If you have any more thoughts on that, feel free to hit me back. But I just think it's, you know, where the fuck else are they going to go? Hannah writes in, and we've got a parentheses LOL after this. Greetings, friends!
And salutations.
There you go. She did. She put the parentheses LOL.
Yay.
Anyway, Hannah writes in, she says, why do we think aliens are humanoid? Aliens could be way more like big bugs with exoskeletons than fleshy beings like us. Even here on Earth, we are far outnumbered by animals unlike us than similar. We are far... Yes, but anyway, there's more of them than there are us. Do you guys believe aliens look similar to us at all? I don't.
If they're big bugs, I'm out.
I just want them to be cute. So I could squish them.
But why would they be anything that would vaguely resemble cute to us?
Because I think pretty much everything's cute. If you're an animal, I'm like, oh, you're so cute. I want to eat your and squish you.
Touch your face and
Oh, and squish it and hug it and squeeze it and
What if
love
they
it.
looked like cows?
That'd be amazing.
Do you think I'm going with you guys?
Abduct me! I know I'm RH positive. It doesn't matter. Take me with you.
Oh, a whole world of moo-moos. That'd be amazing.
What if they ate humans? What if you were then?
They wouldn't eat me
Why? Because they would suddenly be vegans?
because I would love them and hug them and squeeze them and kiss them.
What if that's what every cow thinks, that you turn into a hamburger?
Then they better make a fucking banging bag out of my skin.
Banging? Oh, yeah. They might. It's the new tea bag.
For the new fall 2021 collection.
Can I pick you up at Fossil? She's dying.
I don't
Careful
know.
there. Careful.
Hey,
we
now.
need a spotter.
Sarah said they do steal their organs. Could be cows.
You never know. Maybe it's part of like a.
Transplant system.
There you go. Yeah. Transplant
Oh,
project.
Sally's third stomach's gone bad. We got to go get one. BRB, gonna run to Earth real quick. That'd be fun.
BRB.
BRB.
What the fuck? So anyway, I'm not sure they do. I'm not sure. I mean, I think us, even the little green guys, like the Greys or whatever they were that
They're
we had
cute.
talked about, like I think people sort of project that. I know this fucking shit.
I'm sorry.
Never
Sorry.
again. Never again. Never. I don't care how hungry we are. We sitting here. We're never doing it again.
Celery sticks and water. That's all we get.
Maybe.
Maybe just water.
Maybe.
But I think that's part of us just sort of being biased. Like we
Yeah,
just,
thinking that every alien's gonna have some resemblance to us.
like it's gonna have 2 arms and 2 legs, and
Maybe aliens are dogs. And we just don't know it.
Well, there's a couple cute ones right here.
Yes, ma'am.
they are canine overlords.
They steal our money.
Canine overlords.
Well, they do run everything.
That's what I was going to say. They kind of have it worked out. I mean,
They
know
don't
how
have to do shit.
They know how to dominate a human.
They know how to get money spent on them
They
and
know-
get all the affection and love they want.
it's true. It's true. Look,
He just walked
He
in.
agrees.
he just went.
You called.
He's like, this is a bad show, guys. This is a bad show. I just want everybody to know I've been out there listening. This is completely unacceptable. I want you to know you suck. You suck. Pet my head. You, sir. I see you, bud. I see you. You're a great dog. I know we suck. I'm sorry. I try to do better. I've tried.
Sarah also wants to know, why are all aliens supposed to be the same race?
Very true. I think
What if they're all cousins?
I kind of think that me personally, I kind of think that if you sort of take away the whole projection thing of like what we expect an alien to be, I think we sort of expect it if it is intelligent, that we just assume that it looks this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a ploy by the aliens for us to assume that they look like us, so therefore we're missing them out
could be.
in everyday life?
There's whole groups of people that believe the reptilians live among us, disguised. They control our society, and we're their slaves, and they are the corporate masters. They're all reptilians. They run the planet.
Maybe
There's
that's
a
what
whole-
Bigfoot is.
Reptilian?
No. Aliens.
Oh, he's an alien.
And that's how they disappear so fast.
Well, there's that thing where he's a 4th dimensional being. where
No,
he
he's
can,
an alien.
He can teleport.
Because we don't know what they look like. Maybe that's what aliens look like. They're Bigfoots. Can't wait for our camping trip.
Big
Gonna
feet.
find us one.
Big feet. Big foots.
Foots. Big feet.
Footed.
Big footed.
Bigfoot Ted.
Bigfoot Ted.
Bigfoot Ted.
Bigfoot Ted.
No,
Speaking
he's
of which,
one-eyed asshole.
Booty baby. you
speaking
gotta
of
back it
which,
up, honey.
the winner of Arch
I
Madness
think he's stuck.
Oh.
that we
Oh,
had,
yeah.
Wendigo. Wendigo is our winner of Arch Madness.
Oh, T-shirt. Don't forget.
Yes, and that's actually what I was going to do right now. Do we have some people watching?
Yes.
We do.
Yep.
The first person to message us with their size, we'll give them a T-shirt. It'll be an Arch Madness T-shirt. I had a picture of it queued up, but it's gone now.
Strong work. You're
It's a
doing
great looking shirt, and there's only like 20 other in existence, and you're going to have one of them. We're going to give one to you today. Send your size to T, or we'll just put it in the chat, or do whatever you do. Just the first person that does it. If you're watching live
Which
right
is
now.
sending it to me. Debbie said it. Wait, Debbie's our winner. Ding, 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 ding.
There we go.
Yay.
Do we disqualify her?
She's
'Cause
family.
It's going to look shady because she gave us beer. It's going to look shady.
Well, she did. There was no disclaimer stating that like relatives could not win. So
Or those who supply beer to the podcast.
So if you want a free T-shirt, you have to send us beer. Just from now on, new rule. We'll give one to Debbie. I guess we don't even have to mail it, do we? We could probably just have it fucking delivered by somebody in the room.
Well, plane still got to come down and get it.
That's
So
fair.
is she disqualified because we got another one right after her?
No. We're giving one. Was she the first one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Debbie wins. Better luck next time. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching and following along with us. It's what makes the show go and makes it fun. So,
Sorry.
okay. So, but yeah, so the whole thing with the Wendigo won Arch Madness. It was great. Go back at the we're all over Facebook with that stuff. If you want to go back and look at that. There's a
James said boo. He's mad.
Sorry.
Don't get me started on that fucking Arch Madness.
Why?
Because everybody who gave a shit for the paranormal cage fight about Bigfoot not winning,
Yeah.
and he didn't win this time either.
Yeah. So
Are you calling Bigfoot a bitch?
I have some.
Listen,
notes.
I'm calling.
I'm glad Mike's going into this because I have some notes.
Because I want to. It pisses me off.
Are you going to get on a
fault,
soapbox?
Like, whose fault is it now?
Please dive
So
in.
before it was our fault. Now who do we push the blame on? Now who's at fault? Everybody had a chance to vote. You guys voted.
Do you need beer?
Fucked it
I
up.
do. I got one here.
Oh, do you want, okay.
Do you need one?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
You want to try one of the other ones?
Meh.
Yeah. You just keep
No,
me going
Mike,
on a
please,
soapbox.
please continue.
No, I think it's bullshit.
Did
Everybody.
you guys show Debbie what you're drinking? Because she logged on late.
Yes. I think
We are drinking
did.
Elvis juice provided to us by a very nice person that may or may not have won a T-shirt today. Completely by chance. Don't send me the fucking email. Don't do it. It was completely by chance that she won. She did a great job. She was all over it. She listens to the show. She watches along.
She does.
She said Elvis.
So we got some Elvis juice.
Excuse me.
Please, Mike,
the
let us
people-
know what you think.
The people spoke. So who do we blame now? Send your emails to us and we'll forward it to the people who voted against Bigfoot. How's
Yeah.
that?
I didn't vote for Bigfoot.
I didn't vote for Bigfoot either.
I didn't either. Yeah, and well, we didn't vote in the runoff, and that's my complaint. Mike's got some complaints, and I love our followers. I love you guys. I really do. I think a lot of you are full of shit, but it's what makes things fun. Because so am I. My problem is I was so worried because remember when we had the tie? Mm-hmm. Bigfoot and Spectre Moose tied. And for whatever reason, it had nothing to do with us. The polling program moved Spectre Moose on
Yeah.
into the final round. And when I saw that, I was like, skirt, hold on a second. Like, no, we can't do that because I already know I'm not fielding all this bullshit email. I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
We're going to stop everything. We're going to have a runoff. We had a runoff for Bigfoot's bitch ass to move on because I knew if I caught everybody's attention and I said, hey, Bigfoot lovers, get the fuck in here and help your boy out, he would move on. So then he did. So then he moves on. He goes to the final and gets butt fucked
Yeah.
by Wendigo for the W, just like we fucking said he would. Should have never been there to begin with. I'm going to say it now because it's all said and done. It won't even come up again now for a year. It'll be safely tucked away, hidden away, and you all can bring this back up a year from now when I'm fucking bitching about whatever it is we're voting on that time or whatever the paranormal cage fighting is or whatever. You can be like, hey, Kyle, do you remember when Bigfoot won? And I can go, and I can lose my shit and freak out.
Yeah.
I set it up so that we could get Bigfoot in the final. I fucking cheated. I cheated for you guys and gave him a second chance. And what do? You
blew
shit
it.
the bed's what you did.
They blew it.
They blew it. But you know why they blew it? You know why?
Maybe people don't like Bigfoot as much as...
Exactly. Just like I said earlier, nature will find a way. Bigfoot sucks, folks. There's nothing I can do about it. Bigfoot sucks. He has no special powers. He's a big fucking hairy dude that hides in the forest. There's nothing you can do about it. There's plenty of those, and they're homeless.
But are they single?
I feel like I missed something.
I just
You did.
big
So
hairy guy living in the woods.
if you're a big hairy guy living in the woods, you can email Allison. ArchCityParanormal@gmail.com.
That'd be interesting if yeah,
Must love dogs.
big hairy guy living in the woods
I knew
has access to email.
there was one. Had a beard. He had a nickname, Unabomber.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Ted Kaczynski.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he went into town.
Oh, he did? Well, this one would too to take Allison out on dates.
Let's go.
Probably
So-
go
James said he heard they smell too.
They do smell. They
Okay.
do smell. I've heard that as well.
Allison's cannot smell. She likes a good smelling man.
I do.
Well, you can't date Bigfoot then.
Can we give him a shower and some cologne?
Sasquatch is not faux you.
Sorry.
Not to mention he's a bitch. He's a bitch.
He
I
got
don't
his
know.
ass beat twice.
Big feet, big hands.
Twice. He got his ass beat
Who
twice.
says we have to go on a date?
Means big gloves and big shoes.
He lost in consecutive tournaments.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing is like it was completely subjective to us. Like we were drinking, it was subjective. We didn't,
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, I don't want to get these emails again. I don't want to do this again. And I know what everybody's going to say. Oh, well, Kyle picked Spectre Moose and he loved him and this plays in the final. And it was real the whole time. And then you Bigfoot. Yeah. Shut up. We put your boy in the final. We put him in there. Put him in. Did everything we could. And what'd you still do? You still, fuck him.
We handed the victory
We really did.
on a silver platter.
We really did, and I fully
And-
expected him. I fully expected the conversation for you and I to have. I'm sorry I didn't cut you off. I'll let you finish in just a second. I fully expected this conversation that we're having right now to be you and I talking to each other about how the fuck does Bigfoot beat Wendigo? Who the fuck in their right mind thinks that Bigfoot beats the? I mean, it would just.
Well,
but
the other
here we
emails
are.
did.
But here, right. But here we are. Here we are. We gave him a second fucking chance, and what happened?
He lost.
Yeah, he shit the bed.
All
is
the
what he did.
fans, it was like I said, it was handed to them on a silver platter.
It was.
Handed to all the Bigfoot fans, and they all took the platter and just shit on it.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. You didn't care enough to fucking show up. Even after we did everything we could to bend over backwards to put him into the final. What I should have just done is run the fucking tournament. Whoever the fucking winner was, okay, now we're going to go against Bigfoot. There you go.
It probably still wouldn't have
I know.
worked.
It probably still wouldn't have fucking worked. They all would have been like, hey, it's Bigfoot.
I'd be curious to see. You should just do it. Like, just randomly in like 3.5 weeks, throw it up there
Who wins?
and just see what happens.
Yeah. They care enough to complain. They don't care enough to fucking just show up. Click a button, dude. Hey, click a button.
That sounds like America and the voting system.
It's like your
Got
email
toilet
last-
paper and no sense.
It's like your email last week.
Just get me started on that fucking guy. Bring up that bullshit. Okay. So there you go. That's email, everybody.
Well, that only took us an
I
hour
was
and
gonna
37 minutes to get through
Holy
email.
Shit.
That was it, though? I thought you had
Thank
an
you,
extra
Hannah.
one.
Oh, I did. Oh shit, that's not email. Fuck.
It's okay.
Suck at life.
Because
I do
you,
have-
you saved it for a reason.
Yeah, I do have another.
Nice
one.
job.
It wasn't UFO related, which is why I went ahead and skipped it.
Well, I say let's talk
Yeah,
about it.
strong work, Allyson. I totally forgot.
Thank
Because
you.
I'm just copying and pasting and putting shit together, and then I realized it wasn't. Okay. Rita writes in, if you want to email the show, you can. Arch City Paranormal. I already took the banner down.
She
I'm
wrote
sorry.
that? That's amazing. Thank her for plugging us.
Mute that number 4, Mike. I keep hearing a weird noise coming out of it.
You're rude.
Anyway, so Rita writes in. Rita says, "Hey y'all,
Rita.
a San Antonio native here. Started listening a few weeks ago and love your show. I'm a bartender, so I missed the live shows. What that was, but have watched a couple. You guys are so funny. Do you think someplace like the Alamo may be haunted? Or would spirits that have died there have such bad memories that they would move on?" Did I read that right?
Uh-huh.
You guys understood that? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So thank you, Rita. So yeah,
Oh, I'm sure.
Sure what? There were
I'm sure
two
it's
options.
haunted. Yeah,
Oh, it's
sorry.
haunted.
Oh, I'm sure
that,
it's
Rita,
haunted.
that Rita's from San Antonio. Very good, Mike. All right.
I did it. Do I
Done.
win it? Do I win a t-shirt?
Sure, you want one?
No, he's not allowed to have one. Remember, we're not allowed to win it either.
You're a winner, just like Bigfoot.
Okay, can you give me a brief synopsis? Cliff notes.
Fuck.
Hey, I had to make
Would
sure.
a place like the Alamo be haunted, or would they have moved on?
Haunted, because Gettysburg's haunted as fuck too. So, both places of battle.
Why?
I don't know.
Tragic death.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the major reasons.
May not realize they're dead. Unfinished business. Tragic death. Yeah.
Died too young.
Yeah.
Weren't ready to go.
You don't think that it was because it was traumatic enough? Do you feel like those locations, like you would move on? Because I'm not sure. I mean, because I feel like a lot of it's personal. So I'm not sure, like myself, that I would want to stay there. I'd be like, nah, I don't want to be somewhere. You know, I watched my buddies die. I died. I feel like it's very personal. You don't feel like they would move on?
Not if they're stuck in a loop.
I have no idea what Rita thinks. I'm just talking.
Sarah said because tragedy creates hauntings.
So there is the belief that you know, the tragedy and the what do you call it, the high intensity emotion of that area, whether they died there or not, could possibly charge that area up with that energy, and then it would create even a what starts with an R, recurring. Is it recurring? Is that the word I'm looking for? Recurring. I don't know. Recurring haunting. It's not the word I'm looking for.
That's not the word. No, but I know what you're trying to say.
That's great. Hopefully they do
Repetitive,
too,
not
because we don't know what the
repetitive.
fuck. It's great radio.
Residual?
Guess what we're gonna say, everybody? Yep, we're entertaining. Good job.
What is it? It's
Give us a
choose
like and a follow.
the choose your own adventure. It's choose your own podcast.
There you go.
Story.
Choose your own podcast opinion.
Yeah.
It could be too the whole like no.
Kyle thinks he's an asshole. You're right. Yeah. Go ahead.
It could be.
The whole like. Bear with me here. Choose your own adventure. Not choose your own adventure.
been a
Yeah,
whole
kind of
marriage
sort of
that way.
thing. Ew.
But
Kind of like, okay, we die together in a car accident. I can't cross over, but you can. You gonna leave me?
Right. I'm
Would
with
you?
you. Yeah. No. I
So
wouldn't.
maybe it's the same
No.
thing. You're not gonna leave your buddies behind if they are unable to go yet. You'd stay with them.
please don't die in a car crash together.
We won't.
Okay, good.
You have my word.
Okay, cool.
Not if I'm driving. I can't vouch for the other half of the marriage.
I am one hell of a driver, thank you.
One hell of an answer.
One hell of a driver. Okay, so Sarah said, I believe tragic deaths create lost souls, stuck souls, those that don't fully realize what they are or were, somewhere in between. Lloyd Lester said, what up, Kyle?
Hey Lloyd, how are you? Thanks for checking in, buddy.
He said, my...
Good dog name.
Write it down. Put it in the list.
What?
Lloyd.
Oh,
My-
Lloyd.
Thanks, Lloyd.
There you go.
My old
Just
house...
made the dog name list.
my
Good
God.
job, buddy. We're gonna talk over tea again. Just a second.
What did Lloyd say besides hi, Kyle?
My old house in Whitehall on St. Anthony has spirits.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
You need somebody to come document it? Let us know.
Yeah.
Shoot us an email, artcityparanormal@gmail.com.
We can be there next weekend. Sarah said residual energy can replay if fed with attention.
We have such smart followers and listeners. Thank you so much. Residual is what I couldn't fucking drag out of my vernacular. It's recurring.
Well, the funny thing is
They smell toast.
Michael said it.
Yeah, I said it.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention to you, buddy. Not me. Sorry.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I mean it though. I'm sorry.
So, like what she said, though, think of like the Alamo. People go visit. Residual energy is fed by energy, which is what she said. So you have the energy of the living going, which keeps feeding the residual.
I believe that could be a thing for sure.
I can see that.
Yeah, I think Rita had a really good question, but then also it would depend on that spirit. I think, in my opinion, with the experience that I have anyway, like what you were saying, it would be up to that entity whether or not they moved on.
Right.
Could be too traumatic. They want to move on. It'd be very personal to each individual. I don't feel like there's a lot of people they talk about like, oh, he's trapped. He can't move on. You're like, I'm not real sure that that's a thing. You know, I kind of feel like that maybe they feel like there's something left unfinished here. There's somebody that they can't leave behind. I think they make that decision on whether or not they move on their own. So, okay. So thanks. That's it. Now
that's the end of emails.
Now that's the
Now
end of
that's
emails. We appreciate it. If you want to email the show, you can. You are what makes the show go. Katie, Hannah, John, Rita, and Omar, thank you very much for emailing the show. archcityparanormal@gmail.com. Or you can watch us live every Saturday night at 6 o'clock, and you can hop in the chat, and you can ask us questions there. Feel free to comment. We appreciate everybody with us. So I have, real quick, I talked about it last week. I'm just going to say it again. As of May 1st, our video archives on Facebook will be gone. Everything will go... Everything will move on.
Professional.
Everything will move on Totally professional. Everything will move to YouTube. So if you want to watch these old episodes, we invite you to just head over to YouTube, search for Arch City Paranormal. You can subscribe to us there. They're going up just as quick as I can get them up there. There's a lot less editing now, which is cool. So we gave
Which means you get it up pretty quick.
Come on, where's the laugh track?
Yep. Why do we laugh at me though?
Did you hit the wrong one, Sweet Pea?
Yeah, I might have. So anyway, we gave away an Arch Madness shirt. We're talking about it. Oh, so investigations. Don't forget we check our events page. July 30th, we'll be at Licking County Jail. You can follow us live there. And then in November, which I know is a little bit farther out, but you can have it and mark it on your calendar. November 5th, we'll be at the infamous Moundsville Prison, the West Virginia State Prison.
Michael, you realize what weekend that is? It's a national holiday weekend.
It's somebody's birthday.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Oh, shit. It's all silky now.
Doesn't she look good for 47?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I am not
It's
47.
amazing.
Fuck off, Michael.
Alien DNA.
We also have two
It's RH
possible.
negative shit.
We also have two possible investigations. One at Beichels and one at Lloyd's. We'll let
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, there might be some private investigations coming up.
Yeah.
So anyway, subscribe to YouTube. Go to your favorite podcast app, subscribe to us there, search for Arch City Paranormal. You can put us on there. So we still have Tease News to get to, and then I also have
It's T's new
Oh, that's right. It's not even
there's
plural. I
only
forgot.
one.
because I fucking dropped the ball.
Which we don't have our Google machine going.
Well,
And
she's going, but
And I don't.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll.
A live studio audience. Everybody calm down. And then I also have the Would You Rather. So, but I want to wait on both of those for Allison to get back.
She's coming. I hear her.
Okay.
I seen her.
You seen her? I seen it.
Every week we're live here at 6 o'clock on Facebook. We normally give a T-shirt away. So if this is the first time you're checking in, or you just popping in and you're like, what the hell's going on here? You could hang out next week bullshitting with us on your phone or on your computer, and you can win a T-shirt. So stick around. This week, Debbie won a T-shirt. One of the limited edition Arch Madness T-shirts. Okay, so we were waiting on you. Hey, I want to do. Oh, I had your mic muted because you were gone. Welcome back. There you go. Thanks, Mike. Fuck, we need a producer. Anyway, so I have T's new.
T's new.
Oh, because she only has.
One.
A single new.
And then I've got Would You Rather. So we're going to hold off on T's new.
Okay.
And we're going to do Would You Rather first. It's a new segment for us. It'll eventually have its own music, but it doesn't. So.
Lovely.
So this is Would You Rather. A couple times we've been asked by people if we would do Would You Rather and get everybody's opinions on certain situations.
Really?
Because
So
I
I
had this
thought-
thought a long time ago, just doing a whole game.
Yes.
But I couldn't think of enough.
Yes. I got you, boo.
Thanks, honey.
I got you, boo. Okay, so this week's Would You Rather. It's our new segment. It's a new thing. Would you rather? And if you're in the
It
chat,
smells like a new car.
chime in. We're gonna get everybody's thoughts here. We'd love to have your thoughts too. So if you're in the chat, you're watching along, we want to have your thoughts as well. So throw them in the chat, and then Teal let us know as we go around the room here. Would you rather? Okay, we're gonna start with Allison.
Oh, God.
All right, and put you on the spot first. It was your idea.
Oh, thanks.
It's your idea, so you get put on the spot first.
Okay.
Everybody else gets to prepare, and you're sort of like, fuck. Would you rather? Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
If I know the cause, does that mean I can try to prevent it? Or is it just no?
It's inevitable.
Would you rather know the date or the cause of your death?
Well, part of me wants to know the date so I can plan to do stuff. Give my shit away. Make sure my money's
It's
divvied up.
It's tougher than you think, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not for our people online. They're coming in fast and furious.
Well, I appreciate you chiming in. We'll get to you in just a second.
Damn. But
They're basically just like, you're fucking dumb. Faster. Jeez. You're supposed to be a professional.
it's too much pressure. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to know the date.
Yeah.
just so I can go do things I haven't gotten to do. Divvy up money.
So that you wouldn't care how it happens, just as long as
as
you
long as
know,
it wasn't like super painful or
like
something.
that's where it says the end on my novel or whatever. That's
Sure.
where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always said if I found out I had a terminal diagnosis and couldn't do anything, I'm jumping out of an airplane without a parachute and enjoying the ride down.
You'd have a heart attack before you landed.
Sounds good. As long as it was quick.
They say a lot of the people that jumped from like the buildings in 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Do you
fear and
think
how
they
far you have
just
a heart attack.
say that
first.
though? Do you think they just say that?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to get off on another one of our tangents, but you think maybe
Like
they
we
just
do.
do you think maybe they just say that? Like,
don't
no, he was okay. He had a heart attack,
Just to make it easier.
4 floors up. I don't want to get too graphic. I doubt we have anyone listening that died there, but just, or you think of the alternative,
Well, that would be my guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, I saw it coming all the way, and
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow-
T.
Wait, follow-up question.
Yes.
So let's say it's April 2nd.
Like as in 6 days from now.
No. Just that's the date. April
Oh,
2nd.
Girl,
I was
we
thinking,
partying.
woo, man,
No,
we
no,
got
no,
some
no.
shit to do.
So would you take care of things April 1st?
Oh, like end it?
Also, you could go out on your terms.
So I could handle, know how it's going to happen? If
Yep.
I can get my hands on some good stuff,
So you can control it and it not be painful.
I would have to be, couldn't be pill form.
No, it'd take you.
Because fuck, by the time I got them all down, it'd be April 2nd and I'd be dead. But,
Fun fact: Allison can barely swallow a pill.
yeah, give me an Aleve and I struggle. Tried to take 2 the other day at the emergency vet.
Same
Had to
time.
spit the second one out because I couldn't get it down. Because I thought I was going to puke. I mean, if I could do it like the Dying with Dignity folks,
Yeah.
when they can do it, it's capsules put into Gatorade. Sure. Just go to sleep and that's it.
Right.
I don't want to do like my parents did.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not going to linger for days or weeks.
Mike, would you rather know the date or the cause of your death?
The date.
The date.
Yeah. Because if it was the cause, I'd probably end up a hermit,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't leave the house.
You'd be preoccupied with.
Yeah, I'd be too stressed
Avoiding it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be too worried.
Yeah, I totally agree. T.
But
Go ahead. He's
No,
not
no.
done.
Finish.
no, I'm done.
Finish
No,
that.
I'm done.
No.
there was
No,
a butt
I-
there.
No.
No, there was no but.
No, there's a butt. I heard
there
a
was
butt.
no butt.
I said butt.
No.
You heard the butt.
Butt.
Everybody watching at home heard the butt.
It was a fake butt.
It was a Kardashian butt. T. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
I think I would want to know the date because I would live life to the fullest up until 11:59 the night before. And then if you're supposed to die the next day anyways, then you could just off yourself that morning the way you wanted to.
True.
So you're killing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's okay?
I find that interesting.
Why?
Because I kind of feel like you know the date or the cause. You couldn't commit suicide because then that's the cause of your death.
You scared the shit out of me. You couldn't commit suicide because it would be the cause of your death?
Yeah.
Like you're changing fate?
Right.
But you would change fate anyways, because if you know you're going to die in a car accident, then you wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't drive anywhere.
You don't know. You've seen people drive into houses all the time. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe you're sitting in your living room watching the Wheel of Fortune.
And then just as soon as one of the first contestant gets pulled in under that
Yeah.
fucking wheel,
Yeah.
a car comes
Exactly.
flying through
Precisely.
your front window.
Precisely.
And bam, you're done.
Goodbye, Val, Pat. Woo!
You never see.
Done.
Yeah, Volvo. Done.
At least it was a nice car.
Okay.
What about you? Did I miss you?
No, you did not.
Okay, sorry. Somebody needed a Wi-Fi password,
so
so I
I-
was hooking them up.
So,
Thank you.
I think I think that I would want to know the cause. Because I have enough anxiety anyway. If I knew what the date was, I would kill myself with anxiety between here and there before I would ever die on that date. So I would guess I would rather know the cause, so then I could at least preoccupy myself with attempting to not, like fucking Snoopy dance around it, like, nope, not driving behind a Mack truck today. Whoop-a-doo.
Don't you think your anxiety would be even worse if you knew the cause?
Yeah, that's what
That was my thought.
It would be worse?
Yeah.
No, because the time ticking down to that date would make it far worse than what the cause was.
Don't keep track of time.
I mean, I already have like 5 things I figure I'm going for anyway. So I mean, it's like, meh. So I'm not that,
Terminal illness or like weird, like a tragic car accident.
No, it's terminal. It's terminal. Yeah. It's just all the crap. I figure it's one of those.
Interesting.
It won't be terminal, and it won't be something like a car crash with him, because everything he gets is fucking weird.
Right. I'll trip in the garage over a fucking 10mm socket.
Which will
found it.
Yeah.
which will stab him in the temple.
Done.
This is the man who accidentally stapled his finger and started to grow another finger off the finger.
It's there. It's still there. Mm-hmm. It's a scar from where they had to cut it off.
This is the man who got
Scar.
weird swimmer's ear that swelled his ear shut and made his face and the back of his head connect because he was so swollen. It all disappeared. That never fucking happens to anybody. This is the man who has a hemangioma on his T6, and those are fucking rare, and they never, and I quote, never, cause any kind of issues, and he has a shit ton of issues because of it. He has freakishly weird shit. So he'll grow like a fifth fucking eyeball that'll make his brain explode, and
Where'd
that's
the
what
third
it'll
and
be.
fourth come from?
Yeah.
They're already living in there.
They're just gonna.
For the record, I'm suing everybody within the sound of her voice for HIPAA violation.
You're dumb. But is it not true, Woodrow?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
you have the
It's
weirdest
frustrating.
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I think but I still think, yeah. I mean, because I figure either way I'm going to have anxiety. I just sort of pick the anxiety that I have.
The one that would bring like the least amount of anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just load up on Kratom and sit on the back porch, smoke cigarettes.
So, would you guys like to know all the comments?
Yes,
that have
I
been
What?
flooding?
Yeah.
do.
What's the
Which
consensus?
I was excited. I was actually excited to hear. Fire away. Thank you so much for everybody participating. Go fire away, T.
Okay, so we're gonna go total left field here for a fat second, because Lloyd did this first and then we went into this. Okay, so he said it's the old military houses for the old Rickenbacker Air Force Base. I tried to research it, but couldn't find out anything prior to the military owning them. I don't think anything happened, right? Didn't the military build them?
They did over there. He's on St. Anne's, so yeah, those
St. Anthony.
St. Anthony. Well, all those saints.
Oh, they're all together.
Yeah, they're all in a.
Oh, that's right.
general
I forgot. Michael's a hall boy. He knows
Because
that.
because they built them for the families,
Of military, right?
for
Yeah.
military families after the war,
area.
the 50s, right?
They did, and there was also those. What were they? Lustron houses. That's not what he's talking about. Lustron. It's not what Lloyd's talking about. I'm going down a fucking rabbit hole
Yeah.
before we even get on to Lloyd shit. I'm
I
sorry.
think Lustron sounds right.
Not Rickenbacker.
Well, which?
Oh, he even said Rickenbacker. That's where she got that from.
Oh, well,
Was it back then?
it was, but it wasn't. There was an airfield where, what's the Catholic school right there? For fuck's sake, man.
Holy Spirit?
Holy Spirit, yeah. Where
We were
Holy
talking about
Spirit's
in
at.
Whitehall.
Yes. There was an airfield there that those homes were built for. Oh, the Whitehall Historical Society. Everybody listening to us right now in
Not Whitehall.
Canada. Fuck is Whitehall, and why do I care? Because 50% of the show cares, okay? So just fuck up, buddy. But anyhow, they had built those homes. There's some of them. You scroll down just a little bit. Those duplexes there.
Those are still there.
That's
We've
not-
lived in those.
Yeah, but those aren't. That's not what Lloyd's talking about.
they're not going to be there much longer. I don't even think those are there anymore.
He's talking about the smaller homes between Yearling and Hamilton, off of Etna. Well, actually, it goes past Etna, but there's more like the ranch homes is the farther south you get. There's more like ranch homes there, but that strip between Hamilton and Langley, or Hamilton and Yearling.
That's funny. Debbie even said it. She's like, Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah.
She also said Whitehall. Woohoo!
Another hall girl chiming in for us. We appreciate your help. But anyhow, they were built for one of the air bases over there, and it wasn't. There was an airfield. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was about where Holy Spirit is now. It was one of the reasons why they decided to build Port Columbus right there, because Port Columbus is there on the other side of Broad as you move north. Yeah. But anyhow.
Yeah, on 5th Avenue.
Anyhow, Lustron Homes, they were aluminum houses that were made out of like 2 foot by 2 foot aluminum squares that they put up. They actually have one at the Ohio Historical Society. If you're in Columbus, you have the opportunity to go down and take a look at one. I believe there is one still standing in Whitehall.
It was cool.
There is one here in Grove City.
There is?
Yes, there is.
Oh, wait,
one
we drove
here.
by it.
Yes, there is one here in Grove City, and people have done modifications to them. But anyway, they had these old aluminum homes. Again, a tangent. There it is.
Yeah.
A tangent that Lloyd has no concern for, and now that I'm just off on because I've been drinking beer, is these homes were for military people to come back. They were super cheap. They were easy to build. The whole fucking thing. This Lustron home, one of the still existing homes in the United States. Is actually in Whitehall. So,
moving back to our conversation.
Moving back to what Lloyd was talking about, those homes there could very well have something going on, like a barking dog.
He is borfing
with the studio door open, sounding just exactly the same as we have recreated conveniently here for you. But it could or could not. It would be dependent on the house. There's nothing in particular that happened at those homes. They were built in late 40s, early 50s, like Mike said, for the veterans returning from the war, who were going to be working at the military bases, or the airstrip right there. I wish I could remember the name of it. You'd think I know my Whitehall history.
As soon as we get done, you will.
I know. As soon as I turn the mic off, I'll be like, Mike, it was...
Well, that's where the old Port Columbus was, right there on 5th.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, yeah, I don't know of anything significant that happened in that particular area. It doesn't mean that it didn't. So... T.
Yes, are we back to...
We are back to Would You Rather.
Okay.
The chat has chimed in. Thank you so much for being patient with my BS.
With your tangents. They know you. Okay.
Norton Field. Bam! Norton Field. That's what it was. Norton Field, everybody.
Sorry, I had to.
Thank you very much, Allison.
And we're
Google's
back on the tangent.
Machine.
I didn't know there was an airstrip.
Yeah. Norton Field, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay, go.
T.
Sorry.
All right. You're fine. So I'm just going to read this all in the order that it came in, okay? So Debbie said she would like to know cause. Francis said cause. Sarah said, ugh.
Francis ain't never dying.
No. Sarah said, ugh.
Oh, okay. Sarah's not dying.
Francis said cause. Then Sarah said the date because I'll forget it anyways.
Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that.
Sarah said, if you can't change it, then knowing the cause will destroy you because people won't want to control things. If you know the date, you can prepare and control, laugh out loud, but that's still going to be a bit destroying.
Somebody's like waxing all philosophical and stuff.
Yeah.
It was an either or question, and she's over here like, no. I'm going to hop outside your box and then piss on it.
She said, if you can't change the cause of your death, then why can you change the date? That's not a fair question. Debbie said, but, because we were talking about, Michael did say but, even though he says he didn't.
say but.
It was a fake butt.
Yes. Then Sarah expressed frustration because she can't type as fast as you can talk, Mr. Boggs. Damn this delay. And Debbie's in total agreement with you. She said, yes, Kyle, woohoo! She agrees, cause. But she said it does depend on what the cause would be, she guesses.
Well, you can't know both. You're not going to, they can't tell you, like 7-Eleven robbery and you go, no, change your answer. What happens on May 9th? No.
I'm busy that day.
All of a sudden, then, like, it re-rolls like a, like a slot machine. Oh, you get cancer. Fantastic.
7-Eleven probably would have been better. Sarah said, if you knew the cause, then you would stress about avoiding your death. But if you know the date, then you would have time to prepare, which is desensitization. Oh, my God. Desensitization.
We know what you mean, and we're not even reading
I
it.
can't fucking get it out.
It's okay. You're good.
And humans are really great at
It's
doing
just
that.
clips just happen on the show. She can't get it out. Just clips just roll out. It's like her apologizing to me last week. Sorry, go ahead.
Humans are really great at doing that. So, still stress, but less stress until closer to the date. Sarah said, okay, Final Destination. And then Debbie got really excited about Hollywood. Jesus. Whitehall and Holy Spirit.
Far from Hollywood.
No, I saw Holy Spirit and Whitehall and made it Hollywood.
And made it Hollywood.
I don't know. Fuck off.
There might be a movie in there somewhere. Who knows? I have no idea. Could be. I like how like the people in our chat should have a podcast and we should watch, because there's a lot more thought put into that, Like, I'm just like, I have anxiety. I suck. I have to know when it is. I don't know what's going to happen.
I can't wait for her to get fully vaccinated so you guys can meet Sarah. I would say the same for Frances, but I've not met her. So.
We'll have like a meetup somewhere. We'll have an Arch City podcast meetup. We'll do it at Brewdog, and we'll do it live.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
We'll hop on their Wi-Fi. We'll hop on their Wi-Fi and we'll do it live. I wonder if they'd let us do it. They probably tell us to go get fucked.
Probably.
Like, we saw your last 2 episodes. Not only do you suck, you cuss entirely too much, and we're a fucking alcohol company
From Scotland.
from Scotland. Fuck you.
Sarah meant Final Destination for you, Mr. Boggs, because of all the weird shit that happens to you. Yes.
It is for sure.
Debbie said Hollywood with a laughy face. Then said, yes, woohoo, Brewdog.
Yes, Brewdog.
So did we do it on a day that she's working?
Yeah. Or, no, because then she can come. She doesn't have to worry about.
Very true, but I don't know if she'd want to come on her day off.
Yeah, she probably want to show up on her day off. I don't blame her there.
Sitting on a podcast.
We could tell them it's PR. I mean, it's good
You know what I mean?
PR for them.
They would tell us to fuck off so fast, dude.
Have a bunch of
They would send a fucking text from Scotland so quick. Get the fuck out of my store.
Actually, that's not what it would sound like.
What would it sound like, T?
I don't know. I can't do Scottish accent.
Do you have
Got Liam.
Scottish?
I do have... No, Liam's
Liam
Irish.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
It's not. Careful. Careful. I have Irish lineage, and I know there's a couple that watch. Don't. That's a
And I have Irish in me from time to time.
Oh, hey now.
Do you have a rim shot on
just
there?
a wee bit.
Do you have a rim shot on there? No, but I'm just.
Just
That's not what I was thinking.
I wondered why you laughed so hard.
That's not a rim shot.
just a wee bit. It's not a lot.
Deb said she wants to sit in on an investigation and podcast.
Okay.
Everybody.
Sarah said, oh my.
Everybody. It happens from time to time. Just like I said, it's a wee bit. Irish curse. Anyway.
You're dumb.
So that's Would You Rather this week, everybody.
I enjoyed that. Thank you.
I did too.
Would You Rather next week. We're going to do it again. We'll start doing it every week. If you have a Would You Rather you would like us to do,
Yes.
send it in. Send it in an email. You can send it to archcityparanormal@gmail.com. Just make sure you title it Would You Rather, so then I'll make sure to look at it. Because sometimes it's like I catch the emails for the week and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Especially after gym, I started cutting myself off. I did because I used to go through, and there were some like I would like. Okay, so full disclosure. Initially, it was like, holy fuck, we got 4 emails, like, yay! So it was like they all fucking got on the show. So then it's turned into like, okay, well I can do 4, possibly 5, depending on what they are. So like I would go through and like today's, or I fucked up, but like today's, we're like, okay, we're doing UFOs. So like like I have 3 other emails for next week. We'll have Rachel on, and she's going to talk about crystals. So I've got 3 right now. If you have any questions about crystals, shoot us an email, archcityparanormal@gmail.com. Anyway, I would put them together or whatever. But now it's sort of like sometimes I get to the point where I'm just like, man, fuck that. I can't do this. Sorry.
Could we do a show strictly dedicated to emails?
The ones I throw out?
Well, the ones that maybe
Or
don't.
just the ones?
Just ones that we haven't gotten to yet.
Dude, some of them.
Yes, let's do them all. Fuck them. Some of them.
Some of them I don't want. Some of them I don't want on.
Is it that bad? Or is
It's
it
not
just-
that they're no. Don't get me wrong, because I appreciate everybody that takes the time out to email, except for fucking Jim, because fuck him. But I appreciate everybody that takes the time out of their day, because I feel like that's a big. I feel like it's. Like,
I've not done that for any podcast I listen to.
No,
Yeah.
And we
I don't-
listen to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen. Yeah, yes. Well, you guys listen to more than I do. But even like, for example, it's controversial. Don't anybody judge me, okay? Don't send me the fucking email, okay? It's controversial. I'm a wrestling fan, okay? I like Jim Cornette. He's fucking old school. He's fucking politically incorrect. Just stop. I like him. But as much as I like Jim Cornette, I've never taken. He does a whole show called The Drive-Thru, which is nothing but emails to him, and I've never taken 2 minutes to send him a tweet. All you gotta do is hashtag it, and they'll read it on the show. I've never fucking done that. I've listened to him for what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. So I mean, it's a big deal to me. I think it's so fucking cool that somebody takes 5 minutes out of their day to write my fucking dumbass. Like seriously, like
Or
you get-
our dumbasses.
Well-
Because sometimes they don't want you. It's not for you. Like Jim.
It's hurtful enough to have Jim out there, okay? But for somebody to take the time out of their day to write in here to some bullshit that we do on a Saturday afternoon, you know what I mean? That's a big fucking deal. It's a big deal to me. I think it's super fucking cool. So anyway, I appreciate all of them, but there are some of them where it's just like, they're fucking for real, you know? Like, really? Fucking really? You know, like sometimes you get the ones we had the podcast. I'd have to find it. I try to delete them so I can see they're easy to go through when I get back there. It's not like we get a ton of them, but I get a few emails. We had the podcast where I forget what it was a few weeks ago, where it was just the three of us. It was the three of us. I got 2 emails asking me about you.
What do you mean?
Where's Allison?
Really?
The entire email, Allison, which is awesome. Fantastic. I love that everybody noticed
Aw, that's so nice.
that
like
Allison
you.
isn't there, which because you are. You're a fan favorite. I feel like everybody here is well liked except for me and Jim. So but that's the kind of email where it's like, you know, where's Allison? What the fuck am I supposed to do with that, dude? Like
Send it to me and I'll respond.
she's
Sorry.
she's RH negative and she was abducted. Good for you. Fantastic.
Sure.
Her and Travis Walton fucking hanging out.
Let's go.
So you get some of them. You get some of them like that.
Probably at work.
Or you get probably you were working then actually.
Yeah.
This is why I would think.
Oh
it
yeah,
was-
because I watched it. Like Image from Patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's Allison? What? Just can you just fucking? You know, like you wasted 5 minutes of your time and 5 minutes of mine. Will you quit it?
Did they at least
So-
spell my name right?
They didn't.
Probably
They didn't.
not.
They didn't.
That's
They
okay,
didn't spell
nobody
it.
does.
Your name's not spelled correctly. Like most
Or
people
if they
don't
do-
spell it that way.
Oh, yes.
Or if they do spell it, with a Y, they're going to put it where the O's at. Allisyn. Allison.
Really?
Oh yeah, because
How do they spell my name?
It's T.
T-E-A.
it's T. Well, I've gotten no. I've gotten T. I've gotten TEA. I've gotten TEE, and then now I think just from reading like our posts or like the
Yeah.
the show notes or whatever, they get that it's legit the letter.
Yeah.
It's just fucking T. You know,
Not gotten a ta.
I've not gotten a T. I need to start calling you that though, in the show notes. T.
Do people call him
That's
Michael or Michael?
T-E-H.
I don't know right off.
They call him that.
It would be Mike.
The weird guy.
Nobody calls him Michael.
No.
Nobody refers to Poodle as Poodle.
No, that's all Rachel. Anything I've ever received has been Rachel.
Nobody
not-
messes around with Poodle.
See, I can't call her Poodle. I just can't.
It's Poodle. And you gotta.
I don't call her that either.
Yeah.
He calls her Raw Chisel.
Though. Raw Chisel.
Well, 'cause
That's
she's
her name-
badass.
That's her name on my phone. RAW-CHIZZLE. Raw Chisel. So yeah. Anyway.
Well,
So
you
by-
guys wouldn't say Poodle right anyways, because you got to put ooh in it. It's Poodle. Oodle.
So email show?
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fun. Fuck it. We'll even take the weird ones.
Where's
If we have the dates, we
She's
can be like,
It's not that they're. It's not that they're.
It's answered.
I don't
Here.
have any
the
problem.
easy ones.
We've
Next
done.
email.
I have done. It was. I don't even.
Struck Miss Stewart's funny.
So I've done an all email show before. I think I don't know what it was. It was like I don't know. It was like episode 9 or 10, which you can't hear anymore.
Say it was the early ones.
Arch City podcast deep cuts. You
Oh, show.
can't hear them anymore. It's gone from the internet. But anyhow, so I don't have any problem doing that. There just are, I try to put them together for particular shows. So I mean, we just field all of them. It doesn't matter.
I think this might be kind of fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just see what we get.
it's fine. We can. I'm totally.
And we could like push it. Like, it could be like episode 67 or something.
Right. Yeah. Like give a big run up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like don't forget episode 57. Rachel's going to be doing readings for the chat again.
Yeah.
So just a little.
Oh, show.
Shot out there. And then next week, Rachel will be here and we're going to talk about crystals. We had Mike here this week. He's contributed nothing except for
Zero laughter.
He's just like, oh.
Ow.
Yeah, he didn't even bring the beer. Debbie did.
Debbie had to send it in. Fucking courier. Somehow he decided to put the courier on the podcast. Who the fuck produces this bullshit?
I had to fly it down.
To
though.
fly it in. We had to rent you a car. I'm so sick of your fucking horse shit. Oh, another great podcast. So yeah,
We're rocking.
good stuff. Good stuff. So it was
Have we
all-
covered all your notes?
yeah, I mean, pretty much. I had a couple other things, but I figured we dive into.
We're up over 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're going to dive into your new, and we'll go ahead and do your new, and then we'll
New day.
call. I'm just happy that the followers keep showing up.
I'm surprised.
Ew.
No, it was good. In case you haven't been around the entire podcast, T has one fucking news story.
That was elongated. And it keeps going.
We may as well. I mean, until they decide.
I'm crying. Ugh. Sorry.
Oh. This is our show, everyone.
I thank everybody for tuning in.
Should I get my new up?
In case you haven't subscribed to the podcast, head over to your favorite podcast app. Put in Arch City Paranormal and you can subscribe there. Make sure you turn on your notifications because they're charging us for that now. Sons of bitches.
It's root.
But if you turn on your notifications, you get the new ones there. They're there every Friday at 11 a.m. We've got a new episode out.
Next week we'll have news.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Just this week, it's new.
New with tea. And that's it. That's all you get.
Are we ready? Are we ready for it?
Yes.
New with tea, everybody. New with tea.
You ever notice somebody screams in the background?
I think we're good. Were we good?
Oh,
we
yeah,
ready?
we're beyond
Are you good? Are you
good.
ready? Oh, I thought
I've
you was
been
just running
ready.
it because you were.
No, he's just running it to be an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Mission accomplished.
New with tea, everybody. New with tea.
Oh, my eyes are watering. Okay. After you die, zombie genes in your brain come to life.
Oh, now, hold on. This is a real thing?
This is so real. It's not even funny how real it is. So-called zombie genes are switched on after your brain dies. These are the glial genes responsible for taking care of damaged brain tissue.
Oh.
They were originally doing samples of brains post-mortem to try to fix, or not fix, but to understand and learn more about brain diseases such as like ALS and that kind of stuff. Dementia, and you can't really do it to a living one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, in the process of doing that, they have discovered you have zombie genes in your brains.
So, go ahead. Do you have a thought?
No, I had to cough.
So the
Do you have anything intelligent to say?
what?
No, you guys didn't let me finish.
Oh,
Shit.
sorry.
I'm gonna mute my mic and let you guys have at it.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I thought you were done.
I think I am now.
No, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Go.
I have to sleep here. The least you could do is have my back, dude. If you just put me out there.
You come on with me.
What?
Anyway,
I'm confused.
Wow.
so do these are actually neurons or whatever that repair?
Glial?
Okay, repair the brain when it's
Yes.
injured.
Yes.
Okay. So would these carry DMT? Does it say
I
anywhere in
don't
that
know.
article? Are
the
these
Google
are these
machines
the
go.
the cells that carry DMT?
That would make sense, though. Yes.
Says the cell formation is induced by DMT.
Just want to let everyone know that was one of the moments where I sounded educated.
You did.
Thank you.
And
That's
you're
pretty
done
cool.
for the week.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, shot my wad. I'll go sit on the back porch now. It's over with. I am done. So if anybody's not familiar, DMT is a chemical that your brain releases when you pass away. It's evident in all.
Dimethyltryptamine?
Yes, it's present in all living creatures, plant, animal, doesn't matter. It's all there, and your body processes it super quick. It's part of ayahuasca. One of the reasons that you get sick when you take ayahuasca is because it's processed by your body. The chemicals they put in it to keep it from being processed is what makes you throw up when you throw up from ayahuasca. So it's pretty cool that those are. So those are pretty. That's. So, but hold on. So these are in your brain, but they're not activated until your brain activity stops.
Correct. So the glial genes represent a cleanup crew that's only activated after a messy accident like brain surgery.
Huh.
So while 80% of the genes stayed stable over time, the
Neuronal.
Thank you. Neuronal and glial genes represent the other 20%. The glial zombie genes peaked their increased activity after about 12 hours on average.
Of death.
Yep.
So are they going to remain active when?
So it's kind of like the white blood cells. It's coming to fix everything.
Right, but my question is, are they going to be active
white
or
cells.
remain active after you pass away? Like you're legitimately
Yeah.
brain activity stopped, heart activity stopped. These things are still firing.
Yes. I didn't read a lot of this because it gets very technical, but they're talking about how they were looking into the brain matter and the brain cells, and the glial cells were working, even though the brain was dead and the body was dead.
So you're. See, that brings me to a thing where I've been thinking like the last week or so. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like when you die, like they put you in that box, and they're gonna put you underground. I mean, we think we're not conscious, but what if you are?
It'd be just as shitty as being cremated.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, what if we just don't understand? And, you're cremated and you're fucking burned alive. You might not be able to feel it, but you are. Or you're buried and you're still aware.
Would you rather be aware of being burned alive and not feel it? or
Don't
being...
start on next week already. Don't get into that.
So there's a study they did. People Let's see where to go. The team looked at samples of brain tissue donated by patients who had recently undergone brain surgery for epilepsy, and they can safely remove parts of the brain to treat epilepsy.
What is that called? A hemi?
That's if they take a whole hemisphere.
That's in a Dodge.
No.
Yeah.
Where they
There's a
take like
V8
one from each side.
supercharged.
Remember?
Not a great engine, but quick.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They usually do it for epilepsy. They'll take like towards the front a piece that's on both sides.
Like lobe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a name for it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. But to mimic the process of brain death, they left the freshly removed samples at room temperature for various periods of time, up to 24 hours, while the team was collecting information. And a majority of these genes they studied characterized as housekeeping genes that maintain basic cellular function. Brewery. They found that the genes remained at the same level of activity for the entire 24-hour period.
So,
It's dead.
but it's not dead.
It's zombie brain.
It's not dead.
Genes that are turned on in the neuron cells responsible for brain functions like thought and memory, their activity started to drop after 12 hours.
That's crazy.
That's interesting as hell.
Hey, I may only have one new, but it was a good one.
You make good new.
Thanks.
You do good new, babe. You do good new.
Hang on. A third group of genes linked to the function of glial cells, the immune and support system of the brain, gene expression actually spiked after death and continued to increase up to 24 hours later. The glial cells themselves also expanded massively in size and even grew new arms at the same time as the neurons in these samples were degenerating.
What about all that stuff? We'll get to it just one second. What about all that stuff where you read about there's no brain activity? You know, she's gone. There's no brain activity. There fucking is.
There
Yeah,
is. It's
there
just
is.
not the type I
not
think they're
electrical
looking
brain
for
activity.
that could support life.
But it is alive.
It's alive
But it's not electrical brain activity, babe. There's difference.
to keep a human functioning.
If a cell is firing and alive, there's electrical activity. Now, whether or not we can
Register
observe it, that's on us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's alive.
Well, now that they know that it's alive, they can maybe try to find a way to detect it. But even then, I don't know if you could get it to, support life.
But it is.
Well, they're saying here a
That
problem
doesn't
that
make me feel any better than what I did yesterday.
so one problem that is that research into disorders like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia is often dependent on post-mortem brain samples that are collected 12 hours or more after death. If the findings here are valid, then many of these studies might be missing important clues left inside dying cells that could go missing later. They hope they can move forward, can better account for the changes that take place in a dying brain. Their hope is to collect brain samples for research even sooner post-mortem, or to rely more heavily on samples from willing patients who are getting brain surgery anyways. Like, I wonder if that could be like a huge game changer. If they could figure out how to harness or fix or whatever they would do with that information.
It just seems to me like there's still brain activity even when they say that there's not. What you got, babe? We over there, you're laughing. What's up?
So,
Chat is obviously chiming in. Thank you so much.
yes. Sarah said, referring back to doing a live podcast from Brewdog, Debbie said, I got y'all's back, so she's all about it.
Sweet.
We will need a really interesting, and Sarah said, we will need a really interesting, debatable question-inducing topic when we do live at the bar because I am way too invested to be typing my portion of this conversation. She also said, only movies say that killing the mothership kills everything connected at the same exact moment. Maybe it takes a day.
Could be.
Could be.
It
Makes
could
you wonder. So, I mean, if the glials are doing it in the brain, is there something else doing it in other parts of the body, too?
That's what I mean. Like, clearly there's something we don't know. It doesn't make me feel any better than I did yesterday.
But the minute we die, the body starts to decompose. I mean, that all starts immediately.
Well, if your brain doesn't need it, because obviously it doesn't.
Maybe that's why the cells are still alive.
to do their own thing.
Yeah. And I have to.
Maybe those cells have to move to release your DMT.
And it's never processed out because those enzymes aren't there anymore because you're not alive. I've said that for a minute, though, that DMT release, since it's not processed when you pass away because you're dead, that's heaven. That's what makes us easier for us to move along. Anyway. Deep thoughts with Arch City Paranormal Podcast. Sort of like the Quiet Storm, but not really.
That makes me think of Jack Handy.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Exactly.
Kurt, perfect. So it worked. All right, good deal.
Strong work.
All right.
Proud of you.
Okay, so we've come to the end of the Arch City Paranormal Podcast. I appreciate everybody tuning in live on Facebook. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure to check us out Saturday nights at 6 p.m. We're here every week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Or something like that.
What time?
I don't know. I got a little excited.
6 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh my God, Sarah tied it all together.
6 o'clock.
She
Fire
said,
away.
She said maybe these cells are alien DNA related, and the rest of the body is human,
Oh, for
and the DNA genes don't need the body because they are celestial.
Fuck's sake, the Stardust.
That's amazing. She tied it all together.
See, I told you that the chat needs their own fucking podcast, and we'll just watch and comment. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We sincerely appreciate it. Again, like I said, if you've not subscribed to the podcast, go to your favorite podcast app, search for Arch City Paranormal. You can subscribe to us there, and you can hear us every week. We'll show up in your phone. Walk up to your favorite smart device, and as an example, just Alexa. You can say, "Hey, Alexa, play the Arch City Paranormal podcast," and the newest podcast will play for you. Or you can show up here at Saturday nights at 6 p.m. or head over to YouTube, search for Arch City Paranormal, and subscribe to us there. Does anybody have anything else? Anything? Anyone?
No, but did you bring Diet Coke?
Yeah.
She did a whole bottle.
A big
Sorry,
one.
I'm excited.
Fantabulous, everybody.
We have grenadine in the door.
So we gave away a Arch Madness T-shirt tonight. Show up next week. Maybe we'll give another one away then. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Between now and then, be safe, be happy, and be healthy, and above all else. Oh yeah. Stay weird, everybody. See you later. Thanks a lot.